Never before have we had greater face a complex, rapidly changing world. Think of it a moment.
It is a world in which supersonic speeds are commonplace. It is a world that has seen the coming of the atomic bomb. It has seen the rise of the total state, the dictator, and the mass man. It is a world of new sensations, new excitements, new distractions.
So much to be learned by so many in so little time.
And I suppose you're here with no agenda, as per usual?
On the contrary, I'm here for comics.
How's your comic book collection, Brody?
Oh, it's going good, but I've been...
There's no story reason. It's just, hey, your favorite character is now getting brutally murdered here to end
not fun.
Our animated universe. And like, that's the thing I hate so much is that they ended that universe, right? And they went,
They ended it in misery. There was no like, hey, there's hope for a better tomorrow. It's like, no, we just have to reset the bitch.
Well, exactly.
In order,
yeah.
like...
well, that's what I was getting at. It's like they end it by going, oh, we're gonna reset all this animated stuff, but that doesn't feel like there was a plan there. That just felt like you got to the end and you went, what do we do now?
Well, then after that, we got the Tomorrowverse stuff, basically, with the freaking like Archer animation. I forget the technical term for it, but I'm not a fan of it. It looks awful to me.
It's the, if you guys have seen the King of the Hill reboot trailer, it's that kind of animation style. There is, I think it's
not super fluid.
Animation. Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah. That sounds right. It's just super stiff, and it like that has its pockets where it works, but not for comic books, not for like DC, your main, like that's just what they made all of their movies, right?
And that's not just
all of their
movies, like,
animated movies were like that.
Everything now, and it's just like we see that come up, and everybody and their mothers goes like, oh my god, like this is so lazy, like we're so over this, like it's so bad, and yet I don't even know what we were talking about there. We were talking about DC.
We were talking about DC's animated universe.
Oh, that's right. Because the reason I got sidetracked is because I wanted to remind you before we jumped into everything. Do you remember with the Tomorrowverse how they did the super dumb thing where they started like on the spines? It was supposed to like they started spelling out like DC Universe, and then they got like 4 or 5 movies in and just stopped.
And then they completely changed the spine.
Right.
Yeah.
And then everybody went, what the hell?
Because it was all going to like make like how they used to do the old Dragon Ball VHSs, right? If you remember those, right? Where it would like one of my best friends growing up since middle school, like he has all of those, right? To where like he had them all displayed and just looked so incredible, right? And that's when like those things weren't super readily available. Like you had to kind of go hunting a little bit for those. Like you couldn't just walk into your regular Walmart in any town, right, in the middle of anywhere, and just grab that specific VHS of a Dragon Ball set of episodes. Right? But
you have to your point, to like Suncoast and spend $40 for 2 episodes.
Yeah,
like we all
because the freaking import fees and all that, like they would just freaking absolutely. It basically tax you out the butt on it.
Well, because back then there was no like import industry. They literally just like gave a guy a backpack and had him swim it over to us. Like the prices reflected the service.
Yeah, more or less. Like, and each time his butt got bit by a shark or something, like he charged us extra. It's a miracle he even made it. But yeah, to your point with the DC like DVDs and whatnot, yeah, they were initially doing that for the first handful, and then they completely stopped. And it was like, what are you doing? Like, so for people. Thankfully, I'm not one of the people that was buying them.
I know.
But if I had been, I would have lost my mind.
We would have been. And what's even worse is when they went, people were like, what are you doing here? Like, why'd you do that? And they went, oh, it was always like, this was always the plan.
The gaslighting. Like this bothers me right here. Like, I don't know if you ran into this. So for the DC compacts.
Yes.
There's the DC logo right there, right?
Yep. Oh,
but
I know.
Then
they changed
for Court of Owls, it's that. But then for Superman Batman, it's back to that one.
Because here's the thing is the ones with the not the blue bullet logo, like the new one on Superman Batman, the circle DC one,
the new old one.
Yeah, the new old one. Those were that's the first line. Like that's the first like production run of the compacts. Everything else after that uses that new one, because I'm looking over at mine and I have Wonder Woman Earth 1, Batman Hush, All-Star Superman, Court of Owls, and Catwoman, and those are all the black one, and then Kingdom Come, Authority, Superman, Batman, and Birthright are all...
You have way more of them than I do.
Oh yeah.
I'll probably grab Birthright. And there's like a couple more that they've announced that I'll get, but like most of the ones that they've announced so far, I have like no interest in.
The new round that came out of...
I'll get All-Star and Birthright. That's what I need to get.
The new announcements that, like the new ones that came out of Comic-Con, were not that exciting.
Yeah, with like 2 exceptions, maybe. Like they announced like Flash Rebirth is there,
which is even still like that's cool for us at just like it's Flash, but I don't think we're particularly like the jazziest on that story.
if I get that one, I'll get it secondhand just so that there isn't royalties going to certain somebodies.
Oh, I wonder how he feels about having his name there. He just talks shit all the time, and now he's... Are you going to readily accept all that money? I don't know. He sucks. Nobody cares.
He needs it.
Oh, he absolutely needs it. Oh, weird. I just looked this up. This is weird. Spain is getting its own DC Compact Comics, and it's like different ones. Like there's
like different runs.
Well, the ones I'm seeing here are JLA. Here, I can actually pull them up because we have a show, and that's what we do here.
Yeah, we can share screens here.
We can
sometimes
share this with you fine people. Let's see. We'll go to browser. This should do it. Yeah, there we go. So this, I went to search for DC Compact Comics to go look for like the bigger graphic. But yeah, I found this, and they're saying Spain's getting their own editions of JLA The Nail, Green Arrow Year 1, and Superman for All Seasons. And then Batman Universe by Bendis. I genuinely do not know what that book is. Like,
what?
I don't even remember Bendis writing Batman. Like, I really do not remember Bendis writing Batman.
I must be tripping.
Oh, I guess that is just the series. I looked it up and it's literally called Batman Universe.
When did that come out? I don't remember that at all. Either. Was that a late 2010s? Okay, so it was late 2010s after Bendis and King were there. Wow.
Well, dude, that's weird. Pardon me. Yeah, I had no idea.
I'm probably good.
Yeah, of these, I actually don't really care about any of these ones.
I know.
For All Seasons,
like my buddy Mike might be interested in the Green Arrow. That'd be
I would pick that one up. Like the nail.
Which JLA is that?
That's the Nail. Yeah. That's the one where it's the Elseworlds where the Kents get a nail on their on the way home so they don't ever find Clark. I forget how it develops from there. I think it's an evil Superman, or it's like a world without a Superman type thing. I forget what it is, but it's fine.
It's one of those.
There are so many other Elseworld stories that have done different Superman or no Superman or
read Red Sun, I guess, if that's what you're into.
Yeah, read Red
I don't
Sun.
personally care, but just read that. I don't care for it as a Superman story, but there's good writing in it in general. If you just want a good story, it's a good story.
And The Nail is just, I don't know. That's just The
kind of there.
I have found is one of those stories that everybody keeps bringing, a lot of normies and people just getting into comic books. That's, for some reason, they always point to that book for anything.
The problem is they'll Google something and it pulls up some Reddit feed, and that's one of the titles listed.
Oh, 100%. But what I was getting at is where did this come from? What?
I genuinely
Google
don't
result
know.
Or what website, what YouTuber said The Nail is one of the greatest.
Yeah, best jumping on points for Superman stories, or Justice League stories. Who is actually unironically typing their answer to that question with The Nail?
JLA The Nail, right?
Who is actually unironically answering with that?
It's
somebody intelligent.
No, it's always in those articles too, Andrew.
Oh, they're all over. It's always
top
in
7 stories, you know, without a Superman or whatever, and it's like
it's in all of the
Really?
CBR and comicbook.com and your Inverse and your Screen Rant. It's in all of
them.
those ranked lists, right? Of like, these are the best, like Justice League. No, the hell it isn't.
That's what it is. You're right. Yes, it's always in the best Justice League stories, and they go, "We know this isn't Elseworlds," but it's like, no, or there's no A. It's just no. This does not come into the rankings of best
doesn't qualify.
JLA story, best
does not
Elseworld
qualify.
story, best Alan Davis story. Like, I feel like that might be the only reason it keeps getting mentioned, is because it was by Alan Davis. But then again, it's not that great. Like, I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, so that's just a little interesting one I found there. Let's see if we can find the new announcements.
Oh wait, scroll up. I just saw Born to Run. I got happy.
Where was Born to Run?
Right there.
Oh no, they're saying, why not? Like, it's a perfect compact. Like, throw it in there. They're asking for it.
Well, I'm only saying that because that's an old trade, and I have that trade.
Oh yeah, no, it's super old, and I mean, they're reprinting more Wade Flash stuff. Like, a new omnibus is dropping like next month, so.
Like, this is back when they printed their trades on newsprint still. Like this is a minute old, man. Like, this has been around.
Where?
I'm actually quite proud to own several of the
I feel
those
like
older era Bronze era DC trades.
Trades are not the same way as like individual issues, that they necessarily go up in collector's value because they're trade. But I feel like those might, you know, get a buck or two because like they're a little more rare.
I think I got that for like $10 or $12 off of eBay.
Yeah, back in the day, that was I remember seeing it like floating around all of the time. I guess these are the only 6, but yeah, we're getting the this came out of Comic-Con. We're getting more, or let's see, how do I put this? This is not the end of it, but this is just the next wave that they're going to release. Obviously, they'll keep going, but the next wave gives us Superman Woman or Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King.
Nope.
Batman Gotham by Gaslight by Brian Augustyn and Mike Mignola.
White Knight is the one I'll get.
White Knight by Sean Murphy. Nightwing.
I have the hardcovers of all of the White Knight universe books.
Even the new ones, or like the newer stuff. Like, because didn't they start doing like they introduced like Jason, like Red Hood came into the White Knight, and I haven't gotten that far yet.
Here's the original one. Then I've got, where is it? Curse of the White Knight. Of course, everything's right next to me. Curse of the White Knight right here. I've got the where is it? The Harley one right here.
Oh yeah, I like that one. I like that cover.
That's a cool cover. Yeah, that cover. What bothers me though, and you'll feel me on this because you're OCD as well. Size difference.
What the fuck? You can't make it tall?
Nope.
What is the point? That makes me infuriated. Holy shit.
And then the Beyond one, which is the same size as the Harley one.
Beyond is Beyond the one where Red Hood? I think Beyond's the most recent one.
Yeah.
I think that's
that's the one with the Red Hood. He's right there.
Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah. That's the one I have yet to read. But the White Knight series is fantastic. Like, it's
really, really good. Like, nobody here is surprised to hear me say for the umpteenth time, I'm not an Elseworlds guy. I normally don't give a crap. Like, it was a hard sell for me to like the absolute stuff, and yet I love, well, at least 3 of the absolute stuff. But Sean Gordon Murphy's White Knight universe is just genuinely good comics.
Notice this on the cover, he says it's Sean Murphy instead of Sean Gordon. That's interesting.
Really?
On this one, on the compact one. And then from there we have I'm presuming that's the beginning of the Tom Taylor Nightwing run, which not good, guy. Like, it is Tom Taylor. Nope. What do you want? Like, it's bad. Flash Rebirth, as Andrew said a couple seconds ago, fine, but like, it's fine. I really like Francis
in retro. Yeah,
art,
but it doesn't make sense to have him on the cover of that.
And then Ethan on the inside.
Yeah.
Which made no sense. And then again,
I actually like Manapul more as a Flash artist. He understands the character's movement better.
Because Ethan just makes everybody almost like sickly. It's not like not in a bad way, but he defines everything so much that everybody just looks like you can see all their ribs and everything. And it's not bad. Like, I think it works for his Green Lantern stuff, but I don't think it works for Flash. But
that's fair.
aside from that, the story is fine, guys. You might remember this is the story that brought Barry back after Final Crisis.
After Final Crisis,
yeah. And then this will lead into Flashpoint. And then, of course, we have the Dark Knight Returns, the classic. You either know it, you don't. I don't think anybody here really needs to talk about what the hell the Dark Knight Returns is. We've all seen it. But yeah, kind of a weaker lineup going into the beginning of next year.
Yeah, only 2 of those are ones I would like. I'll for sure get White Knight. I'll grab Flash secondhand or something.
I'll definitely pick
just
up
to
White
have
Knight.
it.
I'm definitely going to pick up Dark Knight Returns. And then I like Gotham by Gaslight because I really like Mike Mignola's art on it, the Hellboy artist, if everybody remembers. So I'll probably grab that. But the rest
it works really, really well for that story.
He's like, it really, really does. And I really hate, they've started to do the thing, I'm sure you've noticed. They've been milking this line again. The last like 2 or 3 years, we've started to get like Gotham by Gaslight miniseries, which are being like.
Well, now aren't they doing an animation or an animated movie coming up of like the Gaslight universe or something like that? And I'm just like, I don't care that much, guys.
Right?
Like a one-off story, okay, interesting, as long as the writing's good, but you don't need to turn it into its own like freaking universe. Like,
I don't need a franchise within a franchise, you know? Like,
yeah.
It's fine to have this one cool concept and then move on.
Yeah, let it be a one-off and then just freaking move on with our lives, please.
All right. Really? Okay. Well, speaking of moving on with our lives, I did notice that Zero is here and he did call us out. He said Mav and Wolf didn't introduce themselves yet. They're absorbed in the talk. So yeah, hold on. Let's rewind. We should definitely do that because it has been a little bit since we've said hello. So
we did kind of cold start.
We did cold start and then we kept cold running, I guess is what you would say.
I guess you could call it that, maybe. Yeah.
Well, because we started on Tomorrowverse and the animation, and now we're over here on Compacts. We do need to say hello before we get too into the Spencer and Andrew of it all. So,
I guess. Hi, audience.
With that, hey everybody, how's it going? It's been about what is it? A week or 2 weeks? I can't even remember at this point.
It's been a couple weeks. It's been 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. We've just Andrew had some scheduling stuff. I had Comic-Con last week, but we are back. We are here. We have kind of a lot of stuff to talk about this week. It's an interesting time here, Andrew. Let me know if you agree with this, because I actually haven't asked you this yet. It feels like we're in this period of the last like month and a half where everything is sort of in that, I don't want to say like middling area, but we're like nothing is super happening. We're moving, but we're like there's nothing really to write home about.
What's interesting about that, I agree, actually. So there have been a lot of books that were like really moving and doing really well for us personally, individually, that in the last maybe month have been kind of like, that issue, that was kind of a miss for me, right? Like we talked about it last time we talked about Uncanny, right? Where like that last issue was like, like, all right, you earned some wiggle room, right? You earned some grace because of all the other banger issues you did. But this is your second kind of like, I didn't care for this issue. And this issue started out making me think that it was just going to be a bleh. It wound up turning it around.
My heart sunk in that first
Did
page.
I not? But I was right, though.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was about to say, like, dude, because I thought I was so wrong last time we talked about this book. I thought that was the end of it. Like, but no, this is the rolling plot line. I thought that was just like not one shot, but like a one-off, introduce that serial killer.
Right, and then we're going to deal with them later on down the line.
Yeah. And then, nope, literally rolls right into it.
As soon as I opened up the book, I was like, I called it. And then thankfully, like, that only lasted a couple of pages. It still counts, but it only lasted a couple of pages. And then it wound up being like, it wasn't an amazing issue, but it had some fun character work to where I was like, okay, this is fine. Like, we're not still down here. So like, I was like, okay, this is still a fine issue. It wasn't one of Gale's bangers. And honestly, after that last arc, the Numbra arc, like that's going to be hard for her to top, because that was like really good. And in fact, I would arguably say that was like her best so far for me, because it was like her most unique and original idea. It wasn't playing off of older things that we've like kind of touched on before and things like that. It was like, no, this is completely,
which is what
like
takes
this is your original thing.
And that takes like rate at Gray Malkin like out of the equation, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
cool story. We both really liked it.
Yeah.
But we've seen a lot of this before.
We've seen that kind of thing before, right? Like this is not an original idea.
But the Penumbra stuff that we just got out of, yes, 100%.
That was super cool.
So cool.
Super, super cool. Like I really dug that. And so I'm like, all right, like we're not there yet, but at least we're not back down there. But to that point, like there have been a lot of other books that were just kind of like, they've been kind of middling for the last month or so. But then this week, or at least I forget which books came out this week and which books came out last week, because I didn't read any of last week's until like starting yesterday night. And so I just tackled 2 weeks worth between last night and this morning. And like there were a couple of books that were kind of surprises for me where I was like, oh, like this book's just kind of been okay for a little while. And then like, oh, well, this issue was actually pretty good. Like I really liked Ultimates this week. I really liked Superman from last week. I was like,
yes. Superman
how about that?
Also went back to like it's Mora and Wade again. Like they're back on what they're supposed to be, and I'm like, okay, this is what we wanted. Like now it clearly whatever these last few Lex issues
Mora and Williamson.
Yeah, like Mora and Williamson. Sorry, but like whatever these last few like Lex Mercy Supercore issues. They were entertaining. Like you and I enjoyed.
There was some interesting stuff going on, but it didn't feel like things were really moving forward and stuff was really happening.
Like you got off of an on-ramp real quick to like go pee, and now we're getting back on like the
or like it felt like that, like in the middle of and I don't watch NASCAR. Maybe it applies to F1 as well, but like a quick pit stop, right? And then all right, now we're back on, right?
Yeah, 100%. So that is where a lot of these books have been, but. As Andrew said, I think we've got some stuff to talk with you guys about tonight. We can at least hit a smorgasbord of stuff. We do have things like new history of the DC Universe, the DC X Sonic. We have Amazing Spider-Man, which we'll just probably laugh at. We have Superman, as Andrew covered. We have a lot to talk about. It might not be super long discussions like we normally get into because, we're in that moving along, building period. But there's going to be some stuff. So, full disclosure, as Andrew said, neither of us, we both had to catch up on 2 weeks of comics. So if we address something that came out last week, oh, well, you're going to have to deal with it. This is our show. This is what we do. But, yes, before we get into anything that came out this week, let's say hello to everybody else who is here. Clone Geek says, Comic-Con was kind of lackluster for big 2 announcements. Andrew, did you pay any attention to anything that was coming out of Comic-Con aside from the things I was yelling at you about in our DMs?
Oh, well, with that qualifier, not really. To be honest, I've been so busy this last couple of weeks with work.
Yeah. Guys, speaking of, how did we not say this at the beginning? Did you guys all see that RIPPAVERSE is now doing an official collab with freaking
McFarlane Toys. Yep, we've got
McFarlane
if you need
Toys.
A glass of water, have a glass of water. Don't choke on me.
No, I don't know what happened there.
So he drinks a carbonated beverage. That'll be helpful. This guy. We so our original collaboration with McFarlane Toys was the Yaira resin statue, which is huge. It's like 12.7 inches. And not cheap, right? It's like a $500 statue because of the quality, the size, all of that, the intricacies. However, today we launched our first action figure line through McFarlane, and it's his standard like 7-inch scale line, which is that's what he's known for, right? For those larger scale action figures, really great articulation, over 20 points of it. It's like 22, I think, if I remember correctly. And the figure looks fantastic. The first one is I saw him. It's got a metallic paint finish to him, comes with swappable hands and swappable heads. All the stuff that you kind of like know McFarlane's figures for, with having all this sort of accessories and things like that to work with, a stand, all that, which our fans have been asking us, like, hey, when are you going to do, like, the statues are cool, but $500 is a lot. When are you going to do, like, an action figure line that's going to be somewhere more
that
like
I can buy?
Like that, that, like, high $20s to $40 range that it's like, hey, like, I can actually afford that. Like, I can budget that a lot more easily than 500 bills, right?
1,000%.
So we were like, yeah, we're working on it. And so, yeah, we launched that today. The first figure is Isom. And obviously, he's our flagship character. We launched the company with that. And depending on how well this does, that will determine how quickly we move forward, because we've had discussions already about like the next characters. We have plans for the next characters we want to release figures for, but the speed with which that happens is all entirely down to how much support this first one gets. So that's basically the long and short of it. So thank you for the people that have supported the figure thus far. It's doing very well. It's good. The collection is live, I think, through at some point in November. I forget the exact date. So it's going to be live for a while.
Is it on is it on the site?
It's on the website.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. That was way easier than just going to Eric's Twitter, and looks a lot better.
Yes, definitely. Definitely easier, because you don't have to look at Twitter.
Yeah.
So thank God.
Look at that. It's even got like the, I mean, not even like he would throw it in a bag, but like it's so cool. It's got like its actual McFarlane packaging. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
not just that, but it's got one of the like 5-panel like open. You know, it's got the nice display box that you can open the front.
Yeah.
As opposed to like that
image in the world.
Like that's even more so than what
well, the
does
DC
for his DC ones,
line,
right?
Yeah, the DC line you collect is just the open.
Yeah, it's just which, you know, is fine, and I have several of them.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Every single Flash family and like Titan or Teen Titan character that he has released for that line, I have purchased because I love those characters.
There you go.
But like we kind of went the extra mile with this, and I'm really excited because now knowing that we're doing this, I've known for a while, but like now having been able to like show people that we're doing this, the possibilities now are cracked wide open. Because you think of like obviously Isom's our flagship character, but take a character like Horseman and put him in the hands of McFarlane, because McFarlane, DC and Marvel don't let him like do a lot of the weapons stuff, which he hates that he can't do that. He's actually said that before on a podcast, like, no, we don't want like violent weapons, like guns especially, right? As accessories. And we're gonna be like, no, give Hector a shotgun, give him his pistols, give him a bat, give him his batons, like kit that sucker out, give him all of it. We don't give a damn about any of that. Like, this is a brutal this is our Punisher, effectively. Give him his gear, right? We're not gonna tell him, hey, like, no, that's going to be a choking hazard. No, we don't want to promote violent weapons or anything.
Well, also, you're a brand. You're more of a brand that's not child oriented. Like, you're more like T to MA oriented. So like I can see with you guys, of course, it would make more like we got to have them. But
wouldn't necessarily give like little Johnny, who's maybe 8 years old, a McFarlane figure. I would give him probably something else.
Right, but I mean, like who knows anymore? We'll talk about it when we get to DC Sonic, right? Like.
Oh, that's
what the hell is going on?
What are we even doing?
What are we even doing here with kids and everything? Like it's ridiculous. But yeah, what's the price? It's just regular price, right? Or here we go. $40. $40
for a premium. It's essentially the equivalent of his gold label line.
Yes.
It's essentially the equivalent of his gold label DC line.
Oh, what's the signature edition?
So what's in here? Has a hand. It comes with a hand numbered certificate of authenticity, and it will be signed as well. And then we have there's going to be a brand new, and we aren't showing off the card art there, but let me tell you guys, the card art that was done by Kane & White for this is one of the coolest Isom pieces we have like to date. It looks so good. And the colors on it, like the colors turned out so well that when I sent Kanan the colors, this is what's cool about the Rippaverse, and I don't want to spend too much time on this because this isn't the Rippaverse stream, but what I'm so proud to be a part of with this company is that we foster growth and we push artists to like, man, like lean into what you're good at, like continue to drive yourself forward and master your craft even better. So like we have a number of colorists that we work with regularly, and the same colorist that colored this card colored all of our previous Dokkan cards, and he does a great job on them. But on this one, he stepped up his game even further. And when I sent it to Kanan, because of the way that the colorist chose to like play off of light and do very specific things that we usually associate with other colorists that we work with, Kanan thought it was another colorist. And then when I told him who it was, he was like, what? He was like, whoa. Like he freaking like pulled everything out of his hat and he killed it. It looks so freaking good. It is a beautiful piece. It's $15 card to order. It is exclusive to only this collection window. Once this collection window closes, we won't print any more beyond what was ordered, give or take like what we do usually as overruns for like to take into account damages. Because that's important. You don't just like not try and take into account damages, otherwise you screw yourself really badly. But this is going to be a really cool piece to have for collectors.
We'll take your word for it, because yeah, unfortunately, like I have no idea what you're talking about. I believe it's going to look great, but yeah, I'm kind of lost on your colorist thing. We'll probably have more context when we finally see it. But yeah, guys, it's pretty cool. Oh, the other thing I wanted to ask, is this the first like non-big 2 or big like Shonen Jump line they've ever done?
I'm trying to think. Because yeah, he's had the DC multiverse license for a while. That license I think expires next year.
Yeah, next year.
But now, what was it, last year or early this year? He got licensing to do like statues for Marvel. But yeah, he recently acquired licensing for. I think he's got some Godzilla stuff on the way. He's had.
Oh, I don't think he has Godzilla.
Or maybe I'm just maybe I'm just thinking that he did the DC and Godzilla, that Superman and Godzilla piece. That's what
he did that.
It was specifically that. It was specifically
was that like, I remember seeing, was that an exclusive? I don't remember what that was, but it was a big like, it wasn't a normal piece. I remember there was like a big hubbubaloo about it.
Yeah, because it had like it had a big Godzilla and then it had a big Superman, but then it had a more
little
Superman for But yeah, outside of that, like he has his usual sports stuff. He has like some of his fantasy stuff that he does, like the McFarlane Dragons, which are like super detailed. And then outside of that, yeah, he just has the Shonen stuff, like the Shonen Jump stuff, like Bleach, and he had the My Hero stuff. Well, he does do. He recently started doing Persona as well.
Well, yeah, but that's still to my point. Is that like, are you guys the most indie thing they've partnered?
I think you're correct. I think we are like the most independent, like as far as notoriety goes, we're like the little guy compared to all these other licenses. So that's a big deal for us to be able to partner with a name like McFarlane, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's pretty damn cool. So if you want it, guys, go check it out. Like Andrew said, the campaign is going to be up for it just launched today. So it'll be up for like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. 4 months. Jesus, that one's going for like a long time. So you've got time. Go check it out. But more to why we jumped on this. So yeah, Clone Geek Comic-Con was kind of lackluster for big 2 announcements. What did we even? All right, let's see. Out of DC, we got the
announcement that, not DC, but Marvel. We got the announcement of
start there.
Ultimate Universe ending, right?
Yeah, we got the end of the Ultimate Universe, which, guys, I see a lot of people on social media freaking out or crying or whining and going, oh, of course Marvel can't do this. It's 2 years. Like, this is kind of, we all expected something like this. If you didn't, I really don't know what to tell you.
You don't need it to run on forever.
And I would prefer it, honestly, if this ends this version of the Ultimate Universe, right? Like, if whatever happens,
it goes out on a high note, right? It's done. It's handled very well.
Well, like what I want. Okay. What I want is like, we have 60 or 6160, which is where we are now. Maker comes back. We have our big war. We have our big fight. Yada yada yada. Reset it. Like, if you want to keep doing Ultimate stuff, do a reset there, and now you have like you've sort of reset the old Ultimate Universe back to 0, but then like you don't touch all, like this 6160 goes into like a bubble kind of, right? Like, it's not here anymore. We'll probably see it in the future in some Exile story or whatever, but like they're all here, but they're safe, right? Like nobody can touch them anymore. Like, that's kind of what I hope this ends with. So
I agree.
We got the Ultimate end announcement For DC, we really just got.
Didn't they talk a little bit more about KO?
It was really just KO, which if you guys haven't seen the news, DC KO, their upcoming, I guess it's a crossover. It's kind of they're being really weird about whatever the hell this is supposed to be. But basically, if you guys saw it from last week, DC's next event is a sort of shonen battle tournament type thing where all of these various DC characters will be fighting to fight Darkseid. And we don't know why yet. We have no idea. It links to all of the Absolute stuff, which if you guys remember, that's how the Absolute universe came to be. It was Darkseid died and then made a universe all his own. So everything we're seeing in like Superman, Justice League Unlimited, that stuff is building towards this. I kind of don't care. I'm very.
I have right now. It comes across as being pitched as like a Western Comics tournament arc.
I
don't know how much I trust Western Comics to handle a term. Though I do love that cover so much.
We'll get there. We'll get to that point. Don't worry. I've got a whole flow. But yeah, like I think you're completely right. It just felt like somebody came in and went, shonen tournament arc. This is being written in part or with some input from Daniel Warren Johnson, who, if you guys, I'm not really hyper familiar with his work, but I know he does a lot of Transformers stuff, and then he does a lot of wrestling type of stuff. Not necessarily like WWE, but projects of his own that are like wrestling inspired. He puts like wrestling. He's a big like WWE, AEW, whatever that thing is.
I completely brain farted for a second. I was like, hasn't he written some Superman? I was like, no, I'm thinking Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Yeah, I know everybody with their freaking names and their three names. It gets confusing.
It's like, stop it, y'all, please.
So like, I feel like it was him going like, I like wrestling. Let's do wrestling plus a tournament arc, and it's just, I don't even like tournament arcs really anymore in shonen, right? Like
most of them are pretty lackluster at this point.
At this point, we kind of like need to retire the trope just for a while, because there's like we had two in Super, right? Like, and they amounted to nothing.
They did Tournament of Power, and then the other one, which I haven't watched either. I just know.
No, but you know that they exist. So
yeah,
with that, it's like I don't really care about that. And then I'm really apprehensive, as I think you are, Andrew, about just anything to do with Absolute and Earth Prime, like touching.
Well, it's the same issue that we have with the possibility, and well, it's not even a possibility at this point because we have Miles right now in Incursion. It's like, just leave this thing over here that's doing so well on its own. Leave it completely separate from everything else. Let it be in a vacuum. I don't need it to interact with everything else, let alone your current pretty lackluster main universe stuff, like Prime, Earth Zero, whatever we're calling it today,
whatever it is.
Like,
yeah,
can we leave it alone, please?
And like the problem is, we've talked about this. The more they keep touching, the more I fear that they're going to start making like Absolute Batman into our Batman, right? Like we've already seen this with Green Arrow, for example. If you guys saw the preview for the Absolute Green Arrow, it is literally just
just looks like Arrow. Like I saw that, and until I read the part where it says it's Absolute.
I know
Green Arrow. I was like, are they just doing a new #1 for Green Arrow? Okay, why not? I guess Green Arrow fans.
But there's not even that like twist on it, right? Like Batman, you go, oh, he's Batman, but he's not rich, and you go, Wonder Woman, she's Wonder Woman,
and he still has
she's from hell, right? And she still has his mom, and then you go Superman. Scared and alone instead of, shining beacon of hope who landed. There's nothing like that for Ollie. It's literally Ollie is a billionaire who gets thrown out of like the inner circle by everybody else who's ruling the Absolute universe. So like Thawne, like the woman Thawne, whatever her name is, Joker, Savage, all them, they like toss him out and he goes, okay, well, I'm going to take you down. And it's like, okay, literally Arrow, like we've seen it. Arrow, Green Arrow, year one.
It doesn't feel like you're doing anything new with that. You're not putting him in much of a different position. You're just putting him in a different location, kind of.
No, I think that's the exact perfect way to put it. So, like
you're not actually changing his circumstances.
you're really just going like, oh, your world has a Green Arrow now, and copy and paste that Green Arrow, and copy and paste that Green Arrow, and we have all the same. You
like,
never,
as much as I hate, and I do actually think I hate Absolute Flash. Like I think I've reached that point. Like we're what, 4 or 5 issues in. I don't like that book. Like nothing's happened worthy of writing Hollywood. Like the most interesting thing about what they've done with
the art.
Absolute Flash, the art. Like I like the weird like
well, that's
kind
what
of
I mean.
digitized effects with the like
with
the energy,
the speed energy.
Yeah, that's cool. That's an interesting visual take on it, right? Yeah, that's something unique. Okay, I haven't seen that before. All right, fine. Like I think like the Grodd angle, like having him have a little companion, his own. I'm like, okay, so maybe you're kind of leaning into some like Baby Yoda stuff a little bit here. Okay, like, but like it still is another thing that's kind of like setting it apart as its own thing.
Yeah,
and so
I
may not enjoy it a lot right now, but at least you're kind of trying to make it something different and not just copy and paste of what you're just saying. Copy and paste of the main universe. Like if you're just gonna copy and paste the main universe, I don't know, like
why don't you put attention?
Universe
and like, give some attention to the main universe.
Fix that, because Lord knows the main Flash book needs it because it sucks.
Dude, I forgot up until reading Justice League Unlimited from last week. I forgot that like Earth Prime is technically cut off from everywhere else. Right? Like, and that made me laugh.
It's cut off from the Omniverse right now.
And that made me laugh a lot because if you guys have, you've probably seen the cover I've had up here. It's for an upcoming Justice League Unlimited issue. In the fallout of the recent We Are Tomorrow event, some superheroes are time displaced. So obviously you can see here, we've got a futuristic, like monster Beast Boy. We've got Electric Superman, Terry, and the Hook Hand Aquaman. And I saw this cover and I was like, I'm really excited. I love Terry. I love Blue Suit Superman. And I love the Hook Hand Aquaman. So seeing them stick around for a little bit, which is what the like pitch was, like they're going to stick around and then they'll go away. So I'm like, cool, a little story about them and then they're gone. And then I realized when I read that multiverse cutoff, I was like, oh, this is such bullshit, because like, you're just doing the time displacement thing so you can still do multiverse bullshit. Like you're just getting, and I was like, are you kidding me?
It's the same bullshit semantics that they did with Hyper Time back post Crisis, right? They were like, hey, like I know we said that like it's only one Earth now, but like that also kind of created some continuity problems, so we're gonna fudge this other thing that we're telling you this is Hyper Time, this is the time stream, this is totally different from multiverses. But like, in practice and effectively it was literally just multiverses, and that then we got 0 Hour from that, which is not a good event.
Hyper Time was so it is the DC version. Like you didn't have to make, Marvel does their sliding time scale. I might disagree with it, but it works generally.
I hate it. It functionally it works, but I hate it.
It functionally it works. We don't have to like it, but it functionally it accomplishes their goal without being this stupid. And yet no, like over here in DC, I'm just like, what are we actually doing over here, everybody? But so yeah, that's like DCKO is the biggest thing we got out of Comic-Con from DC. As Andrew and I were freaking out about, if you have not seen this cover yet,
that Flash suit is still absolute trash.
It's awful. It's the worst.
Get rid of it.
But we have Bart. We have Wally. We have Dan Mora comics. Like it's fantastic. The art, like the lines and the lightning bolt and everything, like the graphic design of it.
Cover if
this is
A.
This is A. So we might get like
foil of that so much.
We might get like cover E as a foil variant of it, but
dude, give me just like make it a spot foil.
They'll never give us that. They'll never give us that ever again. Like we're never getting spot foils ever again. But yeah, I would do just the lightning or just like, or even like the background and the lightning, and then Bart and Wally are normal. Yeah. But yeah, this is probably the most exciting thing that we're getting out of this, guys. In case you didn't see last week or 2 weeks ago, Cy Spurrier has called it quits on Flash. I think we talked about that a little bit.
He said I've exhausted myself basically of all the ideas I have for this, which like isn't news to us as Flash fans and DC readers. And like, hey, props to him for being like, hey, like I'm kind of tapped. Like I think I've been able to say all that I can say with this character. Which two things on that.
Yeah.
Like he had some good stuff early on.
He did.
This most recent, whatever dozen or 2
Eclipse
dozen issues,
or
just
whatever
like,
it is. Yeah.
Like this whole thing that he's done since
All in. I was gonna say because of the war,
like,
the guitarist stuff. It was just
it's been all bad. Basically, is what more likely is. And that's not to say that he might get a spark of an idea that's actually good later on down the line. Because Mark Waid was interviewed years ago and asked if he'd ever be interested in coming back to the Flash. He said, "I think I kind of said all I have to say with this character, but now we have him coming back here. He's writing this issue."
Yeah, so with Spurrier getting off the book early, guys, he's bringing his Eclipso War, whatever he's doing, to an end. Mark Waid will be stepping in at issue 26, so that's about 2 or 3 issues from now, doing a Bart Allen story, which is, according to the solicit, it is Bart thinks he can stop all of the, DCKO, all of Darkseid's absolute. He thinks he can stop all of it by causing.
That's a very Bart attitude,
right? By causing the impulse point, literally taking something that didn't work and thinking, I can do it. Like we can do it right this time.
My grandfather couldn't do it, but I could do it better.
Which is perfectly Bart, right?
that is Bart Allen to a T.
And you know that like Bart's not going to go into it just like, oh, Grandpa was dumb. Like I could do it. It's like, okay, that didn't work, and I know how destructive that was.
He will actually think about it.
Right? Well, he'll be like, he'll know like that was bad, that was destructive. But I can do it. Like I know it's going to be a risk, but I can do it like this way, and that's good.
I understand time travel and things like that.
Right.
Something like that, right.
There you go. Perfect.
That's probably going to be the angle.
That's probably what it is. But yeah, so he's going to go cause or try to cause an impulse point, and Wally is going to be chasing him to see or to stop him. So that's probably
having Wally and Bart like written by Waid again. The mere thought of that brings me so much joy.
I'm so excited. It's one of those like who would I like
this is a highlight. This is something to actually look forward to. This is a beacon.
For me, this is like the equivalent of J. Michael Straczynski going back to Spider-Man. Like this is a crazy like wow, we're going to get some good, hopefully some good stuff out of this. I mean, the Waid stuff's been good lately. But I do think he's being hamstrung by the fact that he's in charge of architecting everything. So he has to do all of the events. He has to make sure everything lines up. And it's like
the tricky thing right now for sure is like, yeah, he's doing World's Finest, right?
Yes.
He's doing Justice League Unlimited. So he's handling all of these characters who are also being handled by other writers. And that I've said this like every episode of this podcast, where it's like when you having all of these things run together so frequently with like regular ongoings and monthlies of like major team and crossover books, that creates so many continuity and timeline issues with your individual character solo series, right? But he's having to do that, and on top of that, he's writing he's obviously already written it now. It's in production in terms of printing and things like that, but like the new history of the DC universe.
Oh,
so
right.
He's also on top of that having to make sure things like that he's writing right now still kind of coincide and line up with whatever stuff he's coming up with in the new history of the DCU. So like that's a lot of mental work. That is not easy to do. And Mark Waid is a talented enough writer and knowledgeable enough on the DC universe that I think he can pull it off at the end of the day. Like whenever we get to 4 or 5 issues for new history of the DCU? Do we know?
What did we just get? 3?
We just got number 2.
Oh, then it'll be 4. I think it's 4.
It's 4? Okay. So yeah, like I think he can pull it off. We'll see. Like at the end of the day, when we close the book on number 4 for that, we'll be like, so how we feeling about that? Like, did
how we doing, Wade? Yeah, right.
Where are we at? Right. But to his credit, like he's doing what he can with what he has to work with right now, and there's some fudging having to happen there, and ultimately, what he's being asked to do. There's no way around fudging some of that because of what DC's done with their universe and with the multiversal stuff, and then having like everything happened and all of this stuff. Like everything's canon. It's like literally impossible, but okay.
Like we're gonna give it a shot then. Fuck. We'll do it live, like essentially.
You're asking a lot of somebody who is a genuinely great writer and who understands these characters and this content, but like nobody. Like you're asking for miracles here. You're asking for water to wine
And remember, like it's Wade, and they keep teaming him with Mora. But Mora, like that man is going to die. I feel like the second they hear, he's got to have like a call, like a Suicide Squad caller. That's what I mean, right? Like the second DC hears, like, oh, I'm gonna take a break to go get a cup of coffee. They go, dee, 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 dee. It's like get cracking on that Superman variant. Don't sleep. The man is
right.
It's crazy. Like we will get into when we get to Superman later tonight. Like there are panels where I was laughing because I'm like, there are no backgrounds and it is weird. But I'm not even mad because I'm just like, Dan, I am so sorry.
You just know how much stuff he's doing right now because he's on like 3 monthly books.
So I'm like,
how are you doing this?
The man is a machine, and now he's going to go do the Transformers stuff. It's going to be.
That's right. He's doing that too.
Dude, he's going. I don't know how
does that coincide with like a break for him on some of the DC books?
No,
do we know?
This starts consecutively either with DCKO or in the middle of it. Like there is no.
Oh my God.
Dan is not absent from any book through what we have with available solicits, which go through like December and then the beginning of next year, which are like early ones. But it's crazy. The man is being worked to death.
Dude, like Mora.
Please.
We love you. We love your art. We love your women. Like, don't kill yourself.
We cannot go because if you go, it's going to become like they're gonna go tap Greg Land. Greg Land's gonna be our new Superman.
Oh God, no!
But like,
say that.
Where is it? Full page. Is this the one I want? Oh yeah. So for example, this is the opening page to Superman 28 from last week, and great page.
I love that
lots of
panel 3.
montage. I love that panel 3 so much. It's perfect.
That's such a classic Superman.
I want it
shot right there.
I want it without the text someday. Like, please, Dan.
I want it without the
text,
dude. That's a perfect social media banner.
That's what
right
I mean.
There for your profile page.
Oh, it's so good. But look at this page. It's great. You can see first panel. There's all the buildings of Metropolis in the background. Same with number 2, number 3. You've got the bricks in the wall. Number 4, you've got it's a medical room, so there's not a lot, but you've got the kids and all of the stuffed animals and gear. Then you go to the scene where he's sitting here in his room, and it's like, holy shit, that is a big blank space up at the top. It is pure white at the bottom. Then we get to this page, and it's like this entire conversation between Ma and Clark, no backgrounds, and then you get to like this whole conversation with Saturn Girl, and the trees are very clearly like a Photoshop filtered. Like I threw a bunch of shit into Photoshop and copy pasted it. Like it's not.
This is super common. And in fact, there are more panels than just with the trees. Like there are panels even from before that are probably like they took a photo, they either lightboxed it, or what they did was they put a filter over it, maybe even several filters, tweaked it. Maybe they did some stuff by hand to actually blend it so it didn't look obvious unless you're literally an editor and you're like, I know what you did, but you did it well.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly.
Like, you did it the way you're supposed to. You took a shortcut, but you took the shortcut the correct way.
And for those of you who might not be as artistically inclined as me and Andrew is, you'll know this is how best to explain it. We can look at Dan's piece here, and if you're not sitting here, if you're just kind of going through it, you're not going to think that there's anything necessarily wrong with those trees or anything out of the ordinary. When we sit down and we look at it, we can tell, oh, he probably, made a big splotch of orange, threw in some splotches of yellow, blurred them around, threw on this filter, that filter, yada, yada, yada. But it worked, like Andrew said. However, we've all seen those comics where they just take like a reference photo and maybe slightly blur it, and then they throw it in the back. That's doing it bad. That is where the tool is not working for you. So that's all to say, yes, Dan Mora needs to breathe. Otherwise, this man is going to die.
Like, don't let your hand fall off. Don't
I don't think DC
blood pressure.
I do not think DC will allow it. I genuinely think that if it's remember when Brainiac,
his hand is contractually obligated to stay on.
Yes, remember when Absolute Brainiac took Absolute Peacemaker and he was like dissecting him and like rebuilding him?
Oh gosh,
that's what they're doing to Dan. Like I 1,000% believe that is what they are doing to Dan, and they're making like AI like models off of his like brain and his work so that they can just genuinely Dan Mora comics.
I do genuinely worry for this man because he has such a massive passion for what he does.
He
You can
does.
see it in every panel. The problem is he's young.
I know.
And it is very possible and even likely that he's kind of being taken advantage of.
I also think
with that.
Okay, this is the other thing that worries me. He's Costa Rican. Like he's not an American.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen in recent years, like Marvel and DC have started going to like Spain, to South America.
Yeah, they're going to those artists because they can pay them less in US dollars.
That's exactly what I'm like worried about.
They can pay them less in US dollars, though it sounds and lands a certain way to us because we're US citizens. We operate and live off of US dollars. The conversion, however, to their currency is actually really high on their end.
Because their currency is bad, ours is strong.
What it is it's a matter of convenience to where it's like, hey, DC or Marvel don't have to actually spend that much for that artist to still actually be making good money on their end, right? If they were paying them that same amount here in the States and say they're living in Burbank or something, well, you're not living in Burbank unless you're living under the bridge at that point, right? But it's a matter of convenience, and also because a lot of those artists are very hungry and they're willing to put in the work, and you can see it because you look at the man's work.
Right. Like it's fantastic.
It like he and Jimenez and Marquez are like definitive current year house style.
And I think Marquez is only the only American citizen out of all three of them.
Is Jimenez not?
I don't think I think he's like straight like from Mexican. I don't think he's a citizen. I'm not positive on that. I'm not positive, and I'm not saying it like negatively or anything, but like I don't know if he's just like a work for contract sort of thing. But and Andrew's right, like that, we could pay them $1 and it could be a fortune to them. But what still bugs me is like that's still not right to me. Like if that is worth $50 in America, pay Dan $50. Don't pay him $30 just because it goes a long way in his country, right? Like especially when they're promoting everything off of his work. They did so much promo for Superman off of his like variant covers and everything. Like this man, as Andrew said, like him and Jimenez should be making like actual movie star money. Like that's kind of one of the fucked up things about this, like the entertainment or the world we live in, is that like
their art kind of defined this era.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
From an art standpoint, in the way that guys like Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri, and whether you love him or hate him, Rob Liefeld.
Yep, that's exactly where I was gonna go.
And Eric Larson, like they're that for this generation right now.
Yeah, and like off of that too, you're a visual company with visual. Your product is visual, right? Like it's your characters, it's your comics, your images. They're giving you this. That, like Andrew said, like that definitive image that people are taking with them now. Jimenez's Superman is so the like big blue, like he's the Boy Scout, but not like he's like he feels like he's the grown up version of Corin Sweat's Superman.
So Harry Jimenez is actually from Spain.
Oh, Spain. Okay, same.
He's
all right,
straight up from Spain.
Then I'm a racist. But yeah, so like that worries me. But hopefully Dan is getting paid. Hopefully Dan is at least smart enough, or somebody looked out for him and said, like, we're going to put a clause in your contract that says, okay, I'll make this piece for $1,000, but I get some level of like a George Lucas thing, right? Like I get some level of royalty off of it whenever it passes a certain point or something. Who knows? But the man definitely
so Jimenez actually probably gets paid higher on the USD scale, because I'm looking at conversions right now. Because
look at this
I'm going
thing.
down a rabbit
Dan,
trail.
pay Dan all the money. Like this is insanity.
So good.
This is fucking insane.
But Jimenez, because the conversion rate to euros is actually lower, he probably actually gets paid a higher USD page rate.
Let's hope.
I would hope so. The man deserves it.
That's what I mean. Like
that might be giving DC too much credit. But I'm gonna cross my fingers and my toes that that's the case.
Well,
because
I'm
the man just puts out gold. I can't wait until I get my like art book. Of his work
for Jimenez,
from Kickstarter. I'm so looking forward to that.
There were various booths because like Clover Press had a booth at Comic-Con, and then some other like publishers, but there were a lot of copies of that book being or like a lot of advertisements for that book, for the Jimenez book, and I was just like, son of a bitch, give it to me already. Like, I know it's coming. Like, we can't even order it right now. Stop advertising it. Just give it to me.
I think the last update I got from Kickstarter was that it was at the printers.
Yeah, I got that one.
If I remember correctly.
And that was like a couple weeks ago. Like, I trust them.
Yeah.
I know it's moving. I'm impatient. Damn it.
Get it because I have the Michael Turner one, and so I know.
Right. Oh yeah, you know it'll come through. So
yeah, it's just a matter of like I want it now.
I want it now. I want it now. Subhuman here. So that's really all that came out of Comic-Con. I think that is really discussion worthy in terms of comic books. The Marvel Spider-Man set for Magic got dropped. If you like that, that's a pretty cool thing. I genuinely, guys, like, I'm struggling. Like, there were no movie announcements. There were no casting things. Okay, this is a weird thing that I've noticed over the last at least like 2 or 3 years. Marvel and DC keep releasing their shit right before Comic-Con. Like, a week before, like, Superman came out like a week or two before. Fantastic Four came out the week of Comic-Con. Last year, Deadpool and Wolverine came out like 2 weeks before Comic-Con. And I'm just like, I feel like we could do some better timing here, people. Like, this event is... Comic-Con has never changed its date. It is always in July. What's coming.
Like, have those movies come out like the week or two after Comic-Con, so people are just like, do we even do this?
Yes,
because you're not going to have to pay the extra. You're not going to have to pay the extra like commercial fees to have it on a big network. Have an exclusive trailer at Comic-Con so that people see it there only. And then they're even more hyped and jazzed for your film. And then the film comes out a week or 2 or 3 weeks, whatever it is, later. And like that hype is just built upon further.
Yes. I mean,
obviously, I think the way they're probably looking at it, and maybe, again, this may be giving them too much credit, is that like, hey, I was super psyched to go see the Superman film or to see whatever film, right? And so then I saw that, and then I went to Comic-Con cosplaying as Superman, right? Because I know that I've seen photos. I've seen people cosplaying as Corn Sweat's Superman, right, with that specific suit,
with like the collar suit,
and with the collar and everything, and like they were probably working on that since some of the teasers and things like that. Because obviously there was only a few weeks between the movie's release and that, so they only had so much time to work on it. But like, I feel like it's a missed opportunity to give people a little extra incentive, those diehards, a little extra incentive to go to the con, because they're going to get that exclusive showcase, and then they're even more jazzed to go see the film. Maybe that gets them to see the film not just 1 or 2 times. Maybe they go see it a 3rd time.
Right.
And if enough people do that, that skyrockets your box office, right? Which is something you need.
You
DC.
really do. And like, the other option is like, so I remember I used to go to Comic-Con, and that's how they used to do things. I remember being at Comic-Con in like 2007, and Marvel Hall H, they were like, we're doing movies now. We have an Iron Man movie coming out. Do you guys want to see a clip? And it was that clip of Tony landing in the like Middle East village in the very beginning with his like suit, and he like rocks everybody. It was that, but it was like when he like flies in, it's all perfectly rendered, but then it was like pre-vis. So like it would land, and it was like the gray model, and then it would cut to another scene, and that was just wireframe. Then we'd cut to another one, and that one was all finished. Then we cut to another one.
Pre-production.
Exactly. And that was like...
Or like early production stuff.
And that was like the hypest thing in the world. And that made all the rest of us go out and go like, dude, I saw this Iron Man thing. It's going to be fucking crazy. And
do you remember the amount of hype that was around that movie? When that trailer dropped and you see that scene, because a lot of the people that were losing their minds over that scene, this is how we knew immediately that comic books had suddenly gone from like geek culture to pop culture.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Because all of a sudden, all of these people that I had seen laugh at like comic book backpacks and things like that my entire life were all of a sudden super hyped for this movie and like freaking out because it genuinely looked cool. The production on that film was fantastic.
Oh no,
but they did that with Iron Man, right? That's what was the mind-blowing thing. Iron Man, like a C-lister.
I would
B or C, yeah, even C. At that time, actually, you're right. Like at that time, he was a C-lister.
It was crazy, guys. Yeah,
it just the production value was so high, and that's how they were able to get away with so much in terms of like having so much goodwill because it's like, shoot, you pulled off Iron Man,
right?
Of all things.
Oh, like. But that's what I'm getting at, right? Like we all got hyped off of that. Even we were able to go out and we would get the normies hyped because we'd be like, oh, we saw some clips of it. It's great. As the years went on and they started, rolling into the MCU production and the DCEU, actually, there were limited times where they would actually do like full screenings of a movie, right? They would. It wasn't every year, but sometimes they would be like, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy, let's watch it, right? And it's like, whoa, holy shit. That to me is also
watching it with just a bunch of like
other
nothing
nerds,
but comic book fans, a bunch of geeks.
How could that's got to be the hypest thing in the world? And then off of that, to Andrew's point, like that's marketing right there. You show a bunch of dorks that movie, like whatever movie in that room, they're all gonna get hyped. They're all gonna go out after that and go, "This is the great! Like this shit was amazing," even if it was bad. Like even if
because the shared experience elevates things.
Exactly.
Right? There are a number of movies that I talk about this all the time. I've talked about it here a little bit, but I talk about it all the time on the High Council with Jeff and Script and Aaron Sparrow when he joins us. Like there are a number of movies that I know a lot of people don't like, but I love because of maybe, yes, there's part of it where like I'm connecting to it just personally on a different level than them. And that's okay. That's fine. That's just individualistic. We experience art in different ways, but also because I had a shared experience watching that thing with my dad. Right. And so
I mean, that's you with the like Jurassic films, right?
Yeah. When you have that shared experience, it elevates things because it becomes more than just about the movie. It becomes about how you felt when you watched that movie with people that you love. And that is something that some people will dismiss that as like, oh, but it's still just a bad movie. Okay, maybe that's how you actually feel. That's okay. That's fine. That's your opinion. But there is still actually value in how you experience with the thing that you love.
Even with a bad movie. I know I've seen numerous bad movies with friends or on my own where I go into that theater and I come out and I start talking to just like the random people waiting for the bathroom. Like, dude, what the hell was that? Right. And that is still a shared, fun, collective experience. And we might start laughing about it. And for like Jimmy Watch, right? The dumbest little joke you and I have. But because it's the dumbest little joke you and I have, that still gets Jimmy attention. So there's still now one
probably
person.
More attention than he gets elsewhere.
That's exactly what I mean. There's one person now who actually wants to go look for Jimmy. I might be laughing at the fact that they don't know what to do with him, but I'm interested in seeing it. So it's this whole rigmarole where like nowadays you don't get that shared experience, and now fans also don't feel as special, right? Because like that was kind of cool. Like, yeah, this Marvel movie's gonna go to everybody. But I get to be here because I'm a big ass dork and I get to see it first and I get to watch. Like that was a cool thing. And now we're doing Amazon early screenings for like superhero movies. Like, what are we doing here? But you don't have any of that. And then nowadays they just give you like, so for example, last year Marvel had Hall H, didn't show anything really. And they only really held it because like they have a running like contract. So they screened Deadpool and Wolverine. Cool. Why not? Not bad. All right, whatever. And then gave everybody their choice of like the Deadpool or the Wolverine popcorn bucket. Remember like the one with like the mouth, like the horny one, which is okay, fine. But now you're just showing people a movie that they could have seen at home and a popcorn bucket that they could have bought at home.
Yeah.
All right. And then like this year, James Gunn came out and, took a mini victory lap for Superman. I mean, okay, that sounds wrong. He was there because he was talking about Peacemaker. But the only real thing he had to talk... So he had Peacemaker, which was like, here's a trailer. And then he went, yeah, Superman was great. But now because he blew Superman, there's nothing to talk about. It's like, I mean, he fielded fan questions. He's not new at this. Like he's a professional. But it's very much like, if you'd have waited for Superman and showed it there, we could have, like, imagine the hype, imagine everything that would have rolled out.
Oh, yeah.
Or even
have an early exclusive screening on Saturday night.
Bingo.
You only have maybe there's only 100 seats or something like that. Early screening for Superman.
Done.
People would have lost their skulls. People would have paid. I don't want to give them ideas as to what people would have been willing to pay. People would have paid big money. Like, you think you're like, shoot, man. Like, I went and saw Superman by myself, man. So I spent, because I saw it in IMAX, because I'm going to go see a superhero movie. I'm going to do it right. So, I spend whatever it was, $18 to $20 on the ticket, and then on top of that, I spent probably $17 on food, because I had food brought to me as well. Right. And so it's like, you're just there. You're spending like $40 at the theater by yourself for a ticket and food. Like, imagine what people would have been willing to do for an early exclusive, even if it was only a week early.
Oh, no.
Or a weekend early. Like, people would have paid like $100 plus for that easily. It's not even a question. No, people will drop so much money at Comic Cons.
But and like, people will go crazy for that experience. I don't get it, right? Like, if it's $1,000 for the movie ticket or waiting, I will easily wait. But there are some people who are like, whether they're doing it for content creation or for some weird like pissing contest that they're having with nobody else, they want to be there. They need to be into that first screening or whatever. Like, it's wild, like the prices and the money and everything that exchanges in terms of early accessing things, and then also in terms of Comic-Con. And to your point, with it being Comic-Con, wallets are way more open. People are, like even me, I went, okay, I only have this much.
You go to Comic-Con knowing you're going to spend money.
Exactly. And so
you don't go to Comic-Con just to walk around.
No, you do not. And so all of us have that thought where we go, oh, I'm spending maybe I shouldn't spend like I won't buy the $10 version. I'll buy the $5 version. And then we just go, what the fuck it. I'm at Comic-Con. Like, who cares? Like, that rolls into a lot of things. And yes, for us and our viewers and everything, it's probably not going to be that extreme, but it can still get you to buy some certain stuff, which is where I wanted to go for like a while, not in a bad way. Like, you and I have just kept getting sidetracked.
It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about, and we're being nice tonight, folks. We both have to be good about our timing, so we're not going to keep you here for 4 hours. We're being good. But with that, let's see, how do I get back to our main talk? So, Subhuman asked, how's your comic book collection? To both of us. And wouldn't you know it, guys, obviously, with going to San Diego Comic-Con. Oh, first of all, Andrew got his J. Scott Campbell Rivals covers in. Like, this is... Oh, hold on, let me bring you up. Look at that. You got your Magic one.
That's Magic for all the Magic fans.
Oh, man.
But, like, honestly, I'll be complete...
I know, you didn't care about this one.
It's not that I don't care about it.
Yeah.
I got the 4-pack. I wanted the 4-pack initially, but it sold out so fast that all that was left for me to get the one that I truly cared about was this one, because I had to have the Emma.
That Emma is so...
This Emma cover... Hold on, I'm going to shut off my...
I know. We were talking about this. I hate it. Oh, that actually works a little better. Dude, it's such a good cover. Scott, like...
It looks fantastic.
Again, he's a great artist and all of his pieces are good, but like, to me, this is a standout one. Like, the Emma specifically. Not even because we like Emma, but just like, objectively, one of his best pieces lately.
This is like his best of the Rivals covers, and maybe I'm a little biased. I'm willing to admit that. That's okay, because I'm a big Emma fan. She's my ex-wife. But honestly, I feel like this one fits the tone best of all of the Rivals covers he's done so far. And he's done some really good ones so far. Because what was it? His Black Widow one was fantastic.
He's got the Black Widow one. My favorite of that set was the Sue Storm one. But that's because that's my waifu, Sue, like, especially from Marvel Rivals. So that was my favorite of that.
I imagine he'll do a third set and it'll have Phoenix.
I mean, but we also did just get that Phoenix cover for X-Men. So, but then we got Magic on that one too. Who the fuck knows? What am I talking about? Nobody knows what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about here. But yeah, guys. So obviously the Rivals covers came in. I believe you also did order, since we last hung out with everybody, you got the swimsuits, right? The Scott Campbell swimsuit variants?
Not just the swimsuit variants, but I got the virgin ones, because those were the only ones that he made available for like 5 seconds.
Which is so...
And I got the whole 4-pack set. I was going to be thrilled if I could just get MJ. If I could get MJ and Black Cat, which I don't honestly even remember if that was one of the bundle offerings.
It is. Yeah, covers A and D.
Okay. So I love J. Scott Campbell. Everybody here knows this.
A and D.
But something he's been doing lately on his website that's been kind of pissing me off is that he'll only offer specific pairings where it'll be like, you can only get like, if you want everything,
Here, let's see if I can get
you have to get the 4-pack. Otherwise, it's like,
let's go to
A with D or B with C, and it won't be like, you don't have a lot of permutations available.
Yeah, so you guys can see
really
here,
annoying.
we have covers A and B, we have covers A and C, we have covers A and D, and then we have covers A, B, C, and D.
Recently, because he didn't do that with any of the
No,
rivals.
he's not. This is a very new thing, and it is kind of pissing. What? No, he did do it with that second round of Rivals ones. With this one, with like the Sue, the Squirrel Girl, and
well, that was the first round.
Okay, then it was the first round he did it with, because I remember I wanted Sue, and they were making me buy somebody I didn't want.
Yeah, well, because the second round I wanted Emma, and I can't remember who else was on the second round, but there was somebody who I would have ultimately, I think, if I remember correctly, I would have picked over Magic, but he didn't have that as an option, so I was like, shoot, I guess I'm getting Emma and Magic because I'm not getting Emma.
Because you're gonna get Emma. And also,
I'm
look,
to get Emma.
We're about to go fucking broke.
On her own was not available.
We're about to go broke, man. Like, this is
I'm
all next month. You guys have heard us talk about this. Jay Scott's got a variant set coming out next month. What was it?
I called him out on Twitter.
Did you?
In response to one of his tweets. Like, I was like, I see you. You're literally just trying to kill me right now through my wallet. He liked and laughed at the tweet. And I was like,
this isn't a fucking joke. I'm not joking.
This is my life, right?
Like, my family is dying, Scott.
Right? Like, there's so many really good ones. Even like ones that I wouldn't ordinarily grab. Like, man, that Imperial cover with Nova makes me so happy because I am a Richard Rider guy.
Didn't even realize it was for Imperial. Did not even realize that.
I'm a Richard Rider guy, and I'm like, oh man, like my boy Nova's getting some love here.
I know. I want that one really bad.
And his She-Hulk is beautiful. His Storm, which was just revealed like the other day, is also beautiful. It's just like, man, like, can you stop? Like, I only have so much money.
Where is it? Yeah, there's your Storm, and it's your favorite Storm. Like the Goddess, like black suit, original Uncanny Storm.
You got the black suit and the big Goddess hair,
and the cape,
right?
The hand cape that we don't know the right name for, but we both like.
Yeah, whatever they call it. I call it a wrist cape is what
I know. That's what I do too, but that doesn't sound right.
Can do. Yeah.
And then of course, like there's this MJ one. This one makes me laugh a lot. This Daredevil one, because it reminds me of The Simpsons. The stupid. It feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Yeah. Like stupid, sexy Daredevil. Like it's great. But yeah, he's coming up with that. Oh, this is something we should mention, just in the realm of like how ridiculous his stuff is kind of getting lately. You guys might have seen this.
Oh, that secret variant for the Marvel swimsuit.
Can we find? I'm gonna just give me a second to grab. I know I sent you a tweet with the colored one, and that'll be easier for everybody to look at. Where did it go? Where did it go, Cotton Eye Joe? Well, there's an Echoes movie. We can talk about that while I look for this. That's pretty cool. I didn't see that coming.
That is something.
Do you know anything about it? Like, is it animated?
I know nothing
is it live
about
action?
I know nothing about it. I'm kind of shocked. I would have expected a freaking Fathom movie before that. That's
actually probably a big comic book announcement from Comic-Con, was that Michael Turner's Echoes, or it is his, right? Like, it's not just like a under his brand. It was him.
Echoes or Ecos, whichever one it is.
Yeah.
Like that was a Michael Turner original idea.
That's what I thought.
Just like he brainchilded Fathom and Soulfire, Ecos was the third IP he came up with. Like that's why when they whenever they talk about it, they always specifically say Michael Turner's Ecos, just like they say Michael Turner's Fathom or Michael Turner's Soulfire, because those were his IPs specifically.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean,
and I think it also is because of the way the licensing and things like that go. Like, there are royalties that go to his family that he ensured to be left behind.
That actually makes a lot of sense. No, that tracks. I think I've told you the story before. I knew Michael Turner before our friendship really kicked off. Obviously, I knew him from, his Civil War stuff and then his Superman, Batman. But I knew him because he had his booth there every year at Comic-Con. Like, he's been there every year, even before he died, even after he's died. He has like a big mainline booth right next to like ID and Image. Like, so I remember just always seeing his stuff, right? And then like I started like, oh, hey, I know that guy. Da 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 da. But so this cover, you guys might have seen it a couple weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago. Marvel dropped a new swimsuit special. Kind of sucked, guys. Like, it's kind of disappointing. So it's a story sort of within a story. Basically, there's an overarching, just like a fun plot line where the Avengers see that Roxxon is making like sexy calendars and they go, well, we got to fight fire with fire. So they start going and recruiting all the Marvel heroes to do swimsuit photos. That story on its own, it's cute. It's fun. It's fine. Like I thought it was all right. Like I liked it. The pinups themselves are kind of ass. Like, they are the least sexy, like the least attractive. Here, I'm gonna just like show you guys. Like, I felt stupid after buying like all of these variants of them. Like, I genuinely did, because it is not what we would have expected back in the day. Where is
in the 90s?
Back in the 90s, back when things could be
or even early
titillating.
2000s, because or not even early 2000s, because I've got like a 2005 or 2007 like Aspen swimsuit special that like they didn't chintz on it.
No, and like honestly, you wouldn't expect them to chintz on it here, because to their credit, all of the like variant covers,
all the covers kind of go hard
here, right? And like, you put Adam Hughes on cover A, that's kind of setting you up for a big expectation, like too big expectations, if you will.
And
right?
maybe,
like,
and maybe sure, you're like, man, I don't really care about seeing T'Challa and Scott here. Or is that?
I think it's Cap. Scott? I think it's Cap.
Oh, it's okay.
Just because of the dog tags, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. That's the only giveaway, because otherwise it's hard to tell.
That's the hard part. Yeah,
colored.
That's the hard part with like the guy characters.
Yeah, a little bit, but like otherwise, like, man, the girls there look phenomenal.
Well, like it's, if you're, where's the big one? Oh, there we go. Like, if you like the guys look good. If you like the gals look great. Like, it's Adam Hughes. What literally do you expect? But then, we get into it, and again, this Nick Bradshaw draws this. It's fun. I really like it. Nothing really to write home about here with.
Bradshaw's a good artist.
I really like Bradshaw. He's
really, really solid. Like, it's hard to find like bad Bradshaw.
Yeah, right.
It may be harder to find like extremely stellar Bradshaw work, but it's still really hard to find bad Bradshaw work. He's one of those artists that's just like, he just puts out consistently good stuff.
See,
like, you're not going to find anything for me that's like bad of his work.
Oh yeah, I agree, but I do think there are some standout things he's done more in like his Spider-Man work. Like, I really like his.
Okay,
his
you
Spidey
might
work.
have some memories connected to it that I
don't.
Then that's probably.
But so yeah, like the Bradshaw story is fine. But okay, here's our pinup. We go to the X-Men. Literally the most sexually charged anything of any time. Even Emma doesn't look that sexy. She just looks like she's in a bikini, which is
she's just kind of there,
right? Exactly. Like, she's
and
walking.
if there's a character, here's okay. So like, I'm gonna put on my editorial hat for this.
Of course.
So, in terms of a layout and composition,
it's bad.
This is a fun piece. It's actually fun. However, when you take it into
the composition, it's just like off center to me. Like, there's like weird parts like that. That's what bugs me. Like, Scott's
and that's fair.
Like, a little bit.
When you take it into context, however, of specific characters, you're not doing the right things with the right characters. To your point, Emma's just kind of there in a bikini. Emma Frost knows she's a sex bot.
Right.
She knows it and she leverages it all the time.
She also wouldn't wear just like a bikini. Like she'd have
she'd have something far more elaborate.
Extravagant.
In fact, the fact of the matter is, here's the funny part. She would have something that would, in the technical sense, cover up more than that bikini, but it would look way harder.
The allure and all of that stuff.
Because of the way that she would make it look and just the overall design of it. Like, you would expect her to have something that's super extravagant, right? And yeah, honestly, I would more be likely to expect her to be wearing kind of more like a one piece,
right?
But one of those like specific, like the ones that like they just come down in a giant V,
or like the one Rogue's wearing here, or Elektra, or actually what came to mind for me was the Widow one, where it's got like that see-through like strip that doesn't do anything on her front, like the Widow symbol. It doesn't do anything. It's just there for fashion.
What I was thinking was like, and this was maybe it's because I played Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, but like,
I didn't. Get the fuck out of here. Show's over.
Get out of here. You're gone. You're fired. But the ones that are just basically like a giant V.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I was just giving a visual. Like I had it on hand, like something more like this.
Yeah, you have something closer to you, for sure. Like I would expect that, but it would be something that's like either platinum or diamond, like maybe it's even diamond encrusted, right?
No.
Or and she would have something that's like even kind of like one of those like waist sash skirt things,
definitely,
right? That's got like maybe some iridescence to it,
but
right? No. Like it's just kind of a basic white bikini, like that. You can put anybody in that, and it just be anybody in bikini.
But
Emma Frost is extra times 9,000.
But and that's for the X-Men. Like the X-Men are just like dripping sex appeal. Like it's a bunch of literal Adonises living in a school together with superpowers. It's the Olympic Village on steroids.
Yeah.
Like, and this feels like no more risque than like a middle school pool party. Like.
Yeah, like the art itself is good, but they're I said, they're not doing the right things with the right characters to maximize and optimize what you really have at your fingertips to work with.
Really going into the theme, because I think that is all the pieces. Like you hit it right there on the head. All the pieces are like technically well drawn and they look good, but they're just missing the mark on like the assignment. You know, like here, Marguerite Savage, right? I think this is super cute. I like Rogue and Gambit. Not what I'm putting in a swimsuit issue. Like this is not. Maybe remember they sometimes do like the Valentine's one shots. Throw it in there. This is not.
I also hate how his hair's colored. Why does his hair just look like it looks light brown there?
I think that's the lighting, because Rogue's is the same way, and they do have that like extreme like yellow. It's just bad like lighting composition. But
yeah, I think that's a miss on. It might be a couple of steps. It might be a miss on the finisher. It might be a miss on the colorist. But I don't like what they're doing there with that.
No, but that's like, so you have that. This is literally the sexiest piece with Black Cat, where like she's laying, her hair is like unfurled, like there's sexuality here.
That's a good piece.
Right.
That's a good piece.
Then we go here, right? Sue and like this is your parents going to the beach. Like
I was gonna say, like that's.
I know that they're supposed to be like the mom and dad of Marvel, but this is Sue. Like Sue is literally in Marvel Rivals, and everybody loves her now. And this is what you give us. Like, there's sexy ways to do that. It's bad. And so, and then like, look at this: Elsa Bloodstone with Jeff and Deadpool. They're trying to do the copper tone thing, but it just isn't like sexy.
You know, the most offensive part about this piece is the way that Jeff is drawn.
Here's the problem. That's how Jeff originally was. So who is this? John Tyler Christopher? He clearly didn't like get his materials updated, because like
no, and you're right.
It's bad.
But there's a reason why Jeff became popular after a certain point.
Well, that was Rivals.
Well,
he looked like this up until Rivals. That's how recent like that Jeff has been.
This is how like. How much I don't know when I am these days. The fact that actually just shocked me for a moment.
Right. Well,
because Rivals isn't an old game. Rivals is less than a year old.
It's less than a year old. So like
It's like 6 months old or something.
I'm being slightly hyperbolic, but it's like he only got that new form like a month or two before Rivals dropped. Like it was clearly as part of that rollout, right? Like it wasn't that exact day, but it was clearly in the cards.
That hurts.
Yeah. And so
it makes me feel old. However, on the other hand, it's like Jeff looks way better now.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, his books are stupid, but they're fun. Like I can read them and I'm just like, I just got a smile on my face the whole time. And then I closed it and I was like that.
I feel good.
That actually, that enhanced my life, right? That made me smile. I feel better having read that.
And I don't think you get that same emotion. Even if there was
probably, there was probably less than 250 words of dialogue,
which is that book. And you know what? 90 of those words were the lyrics to Baby Shark being blasted out of the speaker.
Yeah,
but then
or if Deadpool was in the book, then he probably had a hand in like 180 of them.
Yeah, exactly. He was the dialogue in the book. But then okay, Ron Lim here. This is like you're at the beach, sure, but
no, like the second you say Ron Lim,
I know
I'm already.
I know it's
done.
A hard sell for you.
Like I will never forgive, and maybe you know what? Maybe it's not even his fault. Maybe Archie Comics just was going with whoever they had the ability to go with
hire.
At the time. But his work on the Sonic the Hedgehog comic, like there's nothing genuinely wrong with his
it's just
like
not
normal
the right
superhero
fit.
books.
It's just not the right fit for Sonic.
Yeah,
it's
like
weird.
his art here is fine. There's nothing actually wrong with it. However, his art on the Sonic the Hedgehog book at Archie Comics was actual genuine trash.
It was
I hate
scary.
It viscerally. It makes me physically angry just to think about.
And so right now, a lot of you guys might be going.
It was the one time I sent in a letter to Archie Comics, and it got answered.
I was going to say,
don't saying we think Ron Lim is doing a bang up job. I'm like, no, the hell he isn't.
Okay, good. I was going to say, do not tell them because I'm about to let everybody know now. We're talking about Ron Lim and his art on Sonic, and obviously Andrew and I know what we're talking about. You guys might not be that hyper familiar with the Archie Sonic stuff, but I guarantee you know as soon as we started talking bad Archie Comics art, you all had this, like you had Ron's art style pop in your head. I guarantee it, because it is this kind of crap where, there it is, Twitter. Let's jump over to, do we need the full browser? Yeah, like this is Ron Lim's, like, you guys know this art. This is when he like made Sonic have the Una eye and the hyper long spikes. Like it is weird as like I remember this from a kid being like, what the hell is happening here?
I remember being physically angry when I received my issue because I had like the subscription from
same
Archie Comics to get the monthly issues. I remember the first issue. I remember the freaking issue 100 having this art and being like, this is your 100th issue. And this is the art you're giving us.
Well,
what are you doing?
This always
I
to
forget
me
how old I was. In fact, you know what? Hold on. What year? What year?
Sonic the Hedgehog 100?
Sonic the Hedgehog number 100.
That came out in 2001.
Okay, so I wasn't even in high school yet. I was in junior high or I was in 5th grade. One of the two. I can't remember. So 1997. Okay. I was still in grade school. That was 9-year-old Andrew, actually. I was born in 88. Even 9-year-old Andrew saw the art in Sonic 100 and was like, what the hell is even this?
To me, I remember this because, so you guys can tell by the green eyes are the big emphasis in Ron Lim's art here. And that was only a thing that came about after Sonic Adventure 1, right? Like that's when they really defined the green eyes. That's when we got
modern Sonic.
Bingo. This to me, like Ron Lim's art on this series always felt like what you and I have talked about a lot, where, you know, Western artists trying to be anime without understanding what the hell anime is or how it works. And that like I could never get past that. And it just like it's just the worst. And it made the book like very hard to read, even as a kid. Like I was younger than you, so like I must have been like 6 or 7, or in 2001 I was 11. So yeah, like even then I was like, this is
Yes,
crap.
you were like
this
7
is
years old, maybe 8.
Yeah, like I was a young, so even then I could tell like this is bad. Let's not do this.
Yeah, it pains me. It really pains me.
But yeah,
to think that like their 100th issue
was that
bad
like
looking.
they thought he was such a good artist for everything. But like this, the Valkyrie in the front here gets my vote for like a pretty sexy image. It's that sort of like soft pinup style we used to get in the like 60s, 70s. I kind of like, I really like that. That's like sexy to me. This is
the detail on this piece is really good.
I like this piece. It's just not necessarily sexy.
Is just
like
exactly. The overall composition misses the mark.
Right, exactly. Like Valkyrie looks great, but it's just not like sexy. And then like, okay, Deadpool, whatever. That you can have Deadpool be a dope one. Yeah, you could. This one's fine. Like we expect that.
He's got the unicorn freaking pool.
This did make me laugh like out loud though, because as the heroes are going around to like recruit people for the calendar, they're like helping them with their current mission, and they're like, hey, now you can do us a favor. So they help the Punisher take down MODOK, and then they're like, can we count you in? And he's like, I never thought I'd have to use this thing again. And it's his old thong from the like 94 swimsuit special. And I laughed out loud at that.
That's a funny nod. That piece right there, that's not bad with Cloak and Dagger. That's pretty solid.
It's Marquez. You never go wrong with him. It's just not sexy.
That's really good. I especially love the so yeah, it's not sexy. It's kind of more epic than sexy.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Like the way that, you know, you have Dagger's hair and then
flowing, and then his
cloak
like,
flowing, and it's very fluid. The way her hair flows into his cloak, like that's really good composition there. That's a fantastic splash piece. It's still not sexy. Like it's a fantastic piece of art.
I saw a lot of stands going like, "Oh, finally! Like they're confirming them as a couple." Above, and I'm like, you keep pointing to this piece as it. Like this still just feels like this isn't. Yes, they're touching skin, but it still feels like not that. I don't know, weird. I don't know. It's just
it's not that intimate. Like I don't.
And
look,
now
people online are retarded.
Oh, okay? 1,000%. Now, well then we got this Mirka Andolfo. She's great. Still, like this was kind of this is how I know it's not the artist's fault, because Mirka Andolfo, she draws like adult comics. Like her comics have sex and all of that stuff in it on page.
Yeah.
This is a good art, and you can see the sexy figure of She-Hulk. But like Andrew and I are saying,
like She-Hulk looks fantastic. The art itself,
is great
from an art perspective, is fantastic.
But there's no sexual anything coming off of this. Like I don't feel like, oh, She-Hulk, what's going on? This Venom one, it's a Venom one. We'll get back to it in a second. This is like the least sexy one possible, and I'm not just saying that because it's Carol. I love Carol. I love blonde white women. This is I don't know what the hell I'm like.
Why is her neck 9.5 inches long?
It feels like It feels like a Japanese like cereal commercial box or something. Like it.
No, do you remember? So it reminds me the specific anime style. Or styles.
Yeah.
I'll say it reminds me a little bit of like Fruits Basket. I had an ex in high school that was a fan of that, as well as like Triple X Holic.
Yep, Triple X Holic. I remember that one
like
too.
With the like super elongated necks and like limbs and things like that.
And then like the super detailed hair. Like that was like for XX Holic, that was like the thing I remember was like you might have like a regular black character, but then it's like their hair is going kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So but yeah, like what?
Like there's some genuinely good stuff compositionally happening here from an art perspective, but it like I wouldn't put this in a swimsuit special.
And also like, not stay with me here, guys. Let's be mature. But like, look at her chest. That is a weird way to shade her chest. It doesn't make it look like they're on her chest, like her breasts. It looks like they're like a gap under it. Like I don't know. It looks so strange to me. I know what they're trying to do, but they didn't like
that's
blend
always
it.
Going to be odd to me, but that's mainly because like I associate Carol most with Reed's run.
Well, I'm not talking
mid 2000s,
but I'm not talking about her suit. I'm just talking about like that right there looks super weird. Like I don't understand.
Well, yeah, no, just the anatomy
like,
itself
shading.
looks
Well,
really
the
strange.
shading is what I'm talking about here, where it's like so hard. And it doesn't feel like this is on her, like rolling into her chest. It just feels like it's like on top of it.
It almost. This is going to sound really strange, guys.
I know.
It feels
The section's weird.
There's no way around this one, really. There really isn't. It feels like you could actually like get your fingers in there and lift them up.
Right, that's exactly
because like the way that the shading is handled.
That's what I mean. Like
again, there's no good way to phrase that.
But that's
there
the
really
best,
isn't.
That's the best way for us to communicate. Like everybody immediately knows like the depth of what we're talking about here when we say that.
The depth.
Yeah. Luke Cage and Iron Fist, which is Luciano Vecchio, who is our Uncanny artist for the week and also has been doing the variant covers, so she's fine, or he's fine. The She-Hulk piece is good, and then that's good.
So like, anatomy-wise, it's really good. Overall, it's kind of a basic piece.
But but
she does look great there.
Here's the thing I need to point out about this one. Well, first, I didn't really point it out because there's only like 3 or 4 of them, but sort of in the sense of not being sexy, I showed this page to a gay friend of mine and I went, what do you think of this? And he went, where are their bulges? Like, are they Ken dolls? And I went, thank you. I knew something was like not right about like what this is supposed to communicate. But okay, here's
Luke
where
kind of has like a fraction of
a slight,
one,
but
Danny Rand has
Danny is Danny is flat. But
I can't believe I just vocalized that.
I know, right? Clip it.
Your fault.
Clip it.
You brought the topic here. Like this is entirely on.
Do I need to go get Corey to remind you who you're hosting with? We know this.
You might need to. You might have to. But yeah, like it Danny Rand may as well have nothing there. Like Luke, you're like,
okay,
I guess
I can tell you're a guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, all right. Well, maybe you kind of got shortchanged despite the fact that you're black,
right.
Like,
and giant, and you got like the medical. If the Rays didn't give him a size increase, I would be so upset if I was Luke Cage. Like, oh hell yeah, boom, boom, boom. What the hell? But okay, so here's what I wanted to point out about that She-Hulk one. So yeah, the She-Hulk one, it's Adam Hughes, like you said, it's great, but its composition is weird. And so that what I wanted to point out is this She-Hulk, this Venom, and this Namor. These are all previous variant covers. Actually, Namor's not even a variant. He's a cover A. Like, they just straight up reprinted things that they had already used before. And here's how insane this is. This She-Hulk here, when I went to Comic-Con last year, and there was that day when I was like looking for our back issues and I was sending you a bunch of photos, like, do you have this one? Do you have that one? Do you have this one? This was the one that kept like Green Goblin masking at me. This was for the last She-Hulk number 1, where I was like, I want it, but the book kind of sucks. And so like, I didn't leap on it, but I know this piece because of it. Like, I stare at it all the time. This one, Andrew, it's spot foiled if you haven't seen it. She's matte. She and the raft are matte. The water is all foil. It is beautiful, but it's like,
oh my gosh.
I can't, like, okay, so you guys gave us the least sexy artwork possible. You reused artwork, and that's what we're supposed to be excited for. I don't know. It was such a miss.
I didn't even realize that. Like,
yeah,
that's kind of weak.
It was pretty disappointing. And even this is a bummer too, guys. Like, so this issue is
we've seen some variant of this cover a million times.
Well, yeah, this I'm not even getting on the cover here because again, it's Adam Hughes. Like,
Adam Hughes is incredible.
I saw it and I just went, okay, Adam Hughes, Black Widow. Whatever, you got me. But you guys can probably tell, as you know, we were looking at these designs back here, and then on the cover, the big selling point for this swimsuit special was that it like ties in kind of to Marvel Rivals. Not really ties in, but you know, in the book they had those concept art for suits that are now out, and then for Marvel Comics,
this book
why not?
Actually came out before those suits were released in the game, I think, right?
Yep, like a week or two, and so and then Marvel just goes, throw the Rivals logo on it, people will buy it, which is fine. That's what everybody does.
You'll get more normie buys that way.
Of course. But then if you guys notice, right there on the corner, it says, plus a redeem code for the Unlimited Thing skin. Now, that means, so you do get a skin with this game. It's a skin for the Thing. So here's what pisses me off about this is it's not unique to this issue. The reason it's called the Unlimited Thing is because it was what you originally only got it if you signed up for Marvel Unlimited. right? And then that would like what is that, like the digital reader? Sign up for
Yeah.
that. You get a code. All it does, guys, is it gives the thing like a belt with a buckle that has the like the Marvel Unlimited logo. That, and then it like turns his pants like slightly blue. That's all it is. And that's, so they said, yeah, give everybody a skin. And it's this. Like, I'm sorry. I know you guys want to make a shitload of money. Imagine if you made this, like the Psylocke skin. This is what came with the issue. This thing is...
Imagine if you made an actually good skin exclusive to a QR code that you decided to put into a bag like you did with the Red Band issues of Wolverine. Right? Do that. You will have to do multiple print runs of that book, guaranteed. You will just,
and then you guys can do the thing where you just take one of the pieces from inside and you make that the printing B cover or the second printing cover. Like, it's easy money right there.
That's free money, or not literally free, but pretty close to free comparatively.
Pretty close to free. But yeah, this.
Oh my gosh.
So this issue was dumb. I forgot the reason we even got to this is because you guys might have remembered seeing this variant cover from Jay Scott floating around when the book came out. It was labeled as a secret variant on everything from Previews World to League of Comic Geeks. Andrew and I, as soon as we saw it, because like he fully revealed this one like the day before it dropped, and we went, oh, all right, see if your store has it. Does your store? Nope. How do we even get it?
Neither.
I don't know. We were like, I have no idea.
We had no idea.
What is this thing?
We just did not know. We were both just kind of like, I got nothing.
Now, if you guys have caught, this tweet while it's been up, you'll see that right here, Scott announces on July 24th, has anyone at Comic-Con discovered my secret Marvel swimsuit special variant cover at the Marvel Topps booth? Get them while they're hot. Guys, Scott literally just dropped this out of nowhere, and this tweet was the announcement.
Mm-hmm.
It was a madhouse. Like, I didn't even try,
that was
but it's
the first time it was actually stated where the hell to find this.
Exactly. No, and that's the Topps booth. Nobody is going to Topps for any
and all of a sudden everybody went to Topps.
Everybody was there. Like, it was so crowded. It was kind of like last year trying to get the Witchblade variant. So I was just like, no, forget about that. But what was I going to say while Andrew takes a potty break? All of that said, the real thing I've been trying to get to, and I'll go on my my one-on-one while Andrew joins us in a second, is Subhuman asked, how's your comic book collection? And while Andrew has his Rivals variants, I of course bought a couple things over at Comic-Con that I thought you guys would be interested in seeing because they're pretty cool. But one of my pull or things that I bought, you guys might know the artist Rose Betch. She does a lot of the like very bright anime style covers. Well, I got variants from her. Let's see. For the this is the Marvel Rivals Ignite one shot they did a couple weeks ago, signed by her, Luna Snow. Then I got a variant for the swimsuit special, which is Jean Grey, and she signed that as well. That was pretty cool. You guys know me. I love Spider-Man. I love Peach Momoko. She had this foil exclusive variant for Amazing #1, or like the new Amazing Spider-Man #1. How could I not? Like, I even texted Andrew. I was like, it's amazing. And he's like, but it's your girl. And I went, you're right. Okay. I have this 2-set cover of Chun-Li. I forget who the artist is off the top of my head, but it's fantastic. This white one is going to Andrew, and this yellow one staying to me. If you're listening from the bathroom, Andrew, I tried to go back for another set, and they were out of it for that day, and then I couldn't get back in time. Now, the holy grail of my Comic-Con pulls was, and I also got these for Andrew as well. The first is on the topic of swimsuit specials. We have the Shantae swimsuit special, a exclusive foil variant cover with this cover is normally available with her in gold, but this gold foil is I know it's a convention exclusive. I don't know. It might be on the Udon store, but yeah, this thing is pretty just gorgeous to look at. And then this is the real winner, guys. So I saw, who was it in here? It was either Subhuman or Clone Geek. Somebody brought up, Andrew, Witchblade was great this last week. we'll get his comments on that. Witchblade is fantastic. But speaking of, I got, I went out and I specifically got this for Andrew, and I saw it and I went, I have to get one. Artgerm spot foil variant for, I believe, Witchblade number 5 or so. I don't remember which issue it is, but guys, this like spot foiling is absolutely insane. I wish there was a better way to like show pictures of these like detailing and these effects and everything online, because my God, she like, so all of Sarah's body and hair, all of her natural parts, completely matte. Anything Witchblade related, completely foil. It is gorgeous. Like I said, I went to go grab one for Andrew, and as soon as I saw it like in front of me, I went, son of a bitch, I need one of those.
You were like, I need one
too.
you're
back. Yeah, no, dude, I was like, oh my, like that thing is so
like,
pretty.
There's no way I can't grab one of those for myself. No,
like,
man, I don't blame you. Look, it's Stanley Lau. It's Artgerm.
I know.
And on top of that, this is his, like, he's done some pretty cool. I'm trying to think of the number of official Witchblade covers he's done.
Maybe one.
He's only done, I think, maybe 1 or 2 outside of this. He's done a lot of like just kind of like sketches and things like that look great. But like this piece, this is beautiful.
This thing is so pretty.
And then adding the spot foil treatment to it. That's what, like, guys, this is foil variant, the YouTube channel. We love our shiny covers here, but specifically we love our spot foil variant covers. And that cover, when you sent me the video of that, I was like, oh my God.
Right? Like it took me like legitimately 5 minutes to make that video, because I kept walking around my house like, what? Like, I need Andrew to see this. I need the right, like, not even like the right lighting, but like not like you were doing with the ring light, right? Like I needed it to like reflect perfectly. And I was like, where?
Yeah, you need to not blow it out and like have the light reflecting super heavily on it.
But I got it. And once you get that, man, it's going to look great. And then this one, not even for me at all. This one was just a gift I wanted to get Andrew because I saw it. And I was like, how could we not get it for him? An amazing cover. Supergirl, Will Jax, Smiling Kara. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. First of all, Andrew, I'm going to give a fun fact that you know, but I need to tell you this because I just realized it, and it adds to it. But you see that?
Yeah.
That's the Bullet logo, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, this cover is not on Supergirl from Sophie Campbell or anything, or even Woman of Tomorrow. This cover is on Action Comics #1 from the New 52. So it's like, so why I pointed that out to you, Andrew, is that's not the logo that you were using back then. So
no, it's not.
Like that's the new one. So I'm presuming that's why, like, it's new, whatever. That's what DC said. I'm fine. But it's like, it's on a Rebirth reprint, or a New 52 reprint. Very, very weird. Who knows? Who knows what that's all about?
That's wild, but that cover is beautiful.
I can't wait for you to have the actual like in your hand seeing it, because again, cameras don't do justice. But
man, I love me some Supergirl.
Mm-hmm. Well, the good news is we don't have to deal with Sophie Campbell's Supergirl this week. I know we've come up against the 2-hour mark. You can still keep it short, but you know what? We had a lot to catch up to. Now we have a lot of comics. I think we have a lot of comics to at least touch upon, talk about, give some thoughts on. I would say quick hit, but that's like guaranteed to make us not make this a quick hit. That's guaranteed to make this a 7-hour show. I know us. So with that, guys, we're happy to see all of you from oh my God, I was about to say from Caffeinated Wolf to, but from Clone Geek to Zero.
That is my solo channel name. It's true.
You're also here. I can just say hello to you. From Punk to Subhuman to Zero to Clone Geek to Timon to Chuck to everybody who's been hanging out, chatting. Sorry we didn't get to all of you. We kind of got caught up in everything. That's what happens when we have a couple weeks off. But we're locking in now. Let's at least get a good 30 minutes, maybe 45 of some comic book talk. With that said, where do you want to start, Andrew? What not so quick hit? Where do we want to start?
I want to end with Ultimate Spider-Man.
Perfect.
Because that is my book of the week.
All right. We'll keep Marvel for that point then.
Kind of every week that Ultimate Spider-Man comes out. That's really not something of a shocker. I think it's important for us to touch on. I'm trying to think. So I know we'll talk for a while on Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I think if we're gonna talk about 3 books, I think we need to quick hit DC history.
Alrighty.
Let's quick hit DC history because I actually you might be surprised by this. I think I want to talk Ultimates instead of Uncanny this week.
I'm not surprised by that, but that's only because we talk like throughout, like you and I
That's
talk
true.
every day. So I get it.
That's only,
but I know
that's only because we message each other
I
after
know.
we read it
Well,
today.
of course. But I know for our viewers, that was probably the most like, what the hell did we
Like
just
what?
hear?
They're not going to talk Uncanny on an Uncanny
on
week?
an Uncanny week,
no, guys,
and not only
look.
not an Uncanny talk, but Andrew wants to go for Ultimates specifically. Like where?
And guys, I just like. That's not to say that Uncanny wasn't good this week or last week. It was actually really solid. It was really good.
I actually
it was
kinda
a
liked
huge step over last week. There was some really fun character work stuff, but like the stuff that happened in Ultimates was just ultimately way more interesting in terms of like building upon the world and moving the plot forward.
And if you have not read
more happened.
And if you have not read Ultimates yet, you will soon understand why it captured both of us this week.
Especially me.
Especially Andrew. But before we get into our good old House of Former Ideas, let's get into, like Andrew said, new history of the DC Universe. Now, guys, we touched upon this a little bit when the first issue came out. It is, you've got the Dan Mora cover. I've got all the Moras on pre-order. They look so good. I'm so upset.
So far,
I'm upset that I don't have them.
Well, I mean, I'm 2 for 2 so far on getting the more covers. So for number 1, I got the Wonder Woman, and then for number 2, I have this one.
And then 3.
Do we know what the next cover is? Is it Superman?
3 is John Kent, like Kid John. I've shown you that cover. Yeah.
Why do I not remember it?
I don't know. Give it a Google. It's just that's the next one that's coming out. We don't know the one after that, but yeah, give it a Google.
Okay.
It's one of the weirder ones to me because there's way too. I feel like on the John one, there's way too much white space. But we don't need to get into that. You and I can get into that. We don't need to bore the good folks out there.
Fair enough.
So if you guys remember when we touched upon this book the last time, and as Andrew touched upon earlier in the show, New History of the DC Universe, Mark Waid is going through and taking everything post, or he's trying to make sense of the post. Where even are we now? Like post Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, or
I think you'd have to call it post Dark Crisis, or just call it like the Omniverse era, or something like that.
Wherever we are, he's trying to basically realign or give a proper, readable sort of timeline history of the DC Universe up to, like the Omniverse stuff, where we are probably up until Absolute Power, where he loses his powers and goes to this, even though we hate that and it doesn't make any sense. Probably goes right up to that. But so
probably up to Absolute Power. That's actually a really good call, I think.
Yeah. And then like we said, it is a good framing device by Waid is that it is Barry Allen saying, I don't have my powers right now. Again, stupid. We don't need to get into that for another hour, which we always could. But he goes, I can't run right now, but I have seen more of the multiverse, more of the universe, more of history than anybody. So let me realign it. Like, let me see if I can give us all something to work off of. Last issue covered everything from like the beginning of the universe to Kal-El being shot off of Krypton. So we got a lot of the JSA stuff, a lot of the like demons, magic stuff, Shazam, all the what do you call it, Lucifer, Sandman stuff, like all of that Vertigo stuff that was starting to get incorporated here. As I kind of hinted, we pick up with the sort of debut arrival of Superman on Earth, coming out and being a hero, and we go up until the Crisis on Infinite Earths. And there's not a lot of narrative to really walk you guys through. This is really sort of like an encyclopedia where
it's a lot of like this hero wound up coming into being, and then they wound up meeting this villain, and it's very kind of like paint by numbers type of a deal.
You know what it is? Like I don't think anybody's going into this expecting like a big event story or even like a story, but that does just mean it is not that interesting for us to read or go through like page by page, right, guys?
It makes it an easy pick as a quick hit.
Exactly. So, by the way, I love Mike Allred's art. I was really happy to see that he got this page here. I think we've talked about him. I don't think you're the biggest fan of him.
I'm not.
Yeah,
however,
I love this stuff.
There are a couple of pages that I did genuinely appreciate. I think a couple of pages back where it had that one. That one right there. One more over. Where it's the double page.
The big
that one.
Yeah.
I really like that one because it does capture a good blend of how those characters actually, because this is a difficult thing when you're adapting different artist styles to character design.
Yeah.
These characters looked a very specific way back in this era when they were originally introduced, and that doesn't necessarily always translate to now. Like, their designs have changed and they look much different now when they're drawn by other artists than they did then. He really did a really good job here, especially I think with Diana.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Arthur looks a little too young for me here.
But see, well, yes, but here's what I was only going to center on him to highlight what you're talking about, which is in this era, guys, like this more American post-World War II exceptionalism, optimism era, like these heroes were drawn a little more like round face, like not chubbier, but softer, you know, more youthful. They would have, you know, rounded noses and blushy cheeks. And Arthur is a great pick there. The Barry, I think, is like, that's exactly how Barry was supposed to intend.
That's a pretty spot on Barry.
And then, like you said, like it is exactly, I think Diana kept that style way longer because of her character allowing for it, right? Like she didn't go Nightfall. She didn't go.
Worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked with her.
So yeah, no.
And even Hal, like there. Hal looks really great there too.
Hal looks, it's his hair. There's something about the way the hair is drawn that makes him look younger than he normally does. And
it was pre that like moving towards Emerald Twilight, right?
Yeah,
where all of a sudden his hair started graying on the sides there because exactly.
But yeah, so you know, we get Batman or Superman or the Justice League or the whatever you want to call them, the other DC heroes, the modern heroes, they start appearing. Batman appears, Superman appears, the Titans get together. Then now here's the first part, or probably like the biggest weird point. And I actually didn't realize this until Andrew and I were talking a little while ago. As you guys know, right? History, we're going timeline through timeline. We're starting point A to point B. This is the era where the Teen Titans are forming, the Batman and Superman are just sort of getting on the street. And then Wade tells us that the Justice League, the first incarnation of the Justice League, comes together to fight Darkseid, which is weird because that is a New 52 origins sort of thing. And it's like
that idea of Darkseid being the Justice League's first villain is a New 52 idea.
Like it brand new. So it just feels off because they pulled this New 52 idea in, and then I've seen no other mention of a New 52 thing at all as we've been going on, right? Like maybe it's going to be this issue or the next one. Wade has to address the 7 Robins problem, but this is kind of what we've been talking about.
7 Robins in 2.5 years.
But yeah.
Like, what are you going to do, Wade?
What are you going to do? He's just going to, dude, please. Even if he hand waves it, I'll laugh. I'll just be like, Wade knew like, that he was in a corner.
Yeah, like, honestly, I couldn't even blame him at that point because that's just how retarded New 52's continuity was. To where it's just like, that would just be Wade kind of acknowledging, like, they gave me nothing to work with, guys. Like, I can only do so much.
Right, I'm only a man. No, that's 100%.
I'm literally only a mortal. I can only do so much with this. Like, you want me to figure out how there were 7.5 Robins in the span of 2.5 years?
I feel like that page when he submitted the finals for that page, it was just like, I'm not writing this. There were 7 Robins in 2 years. Like, next page.
Right.
But the other thing to note about this page actually is this, with the new history of the DC Universe, Cyborg is no longer a founding Justice League member. He's in the fight because he has to. If you read the story, he has to be there because he's boom tube technology. He's locked into all that stuff. That helps the League win. But he still fights with them. But then afterwards, he goes into stasis because he's hurt way too much. There it is. Jeff Johns, Jim Lee. I remember when that was so hype when Jim Lee came back, and then we got that really dumb Superman pushes Barry
Yeah, it's a beautiful book visually. The story on its own in isolation is solid.
Yeah, it's fine.
However, if you're a longtime DC fan and you're reading it, you're like, what the hell is
like,
this?
No, that's not how that goes at all.
Like, to your point, when you just said, like, when Superman like pushes Barry, like, I'm sorry, you can tell me that Barry's not at the height of his powers there. He's still faster than Clark. I don't care. Like,
it was
I'm
just
not even a Barry Allen guy.
We are,
but he's still faster than Clark. You're just not gonna
by default. Like, that is by being the Flash, you are faster
Yeah.
than Clark, just by default. But then
kind of his whole thing.
So now Cyborg is back being a Titans founding member. They've now added, or sort of smashed some things up. So now after that Darkseid fight, the League only, like, they get Martian Manhunter and Black Canary, and then they officially are like, oh, we are the Justice League. So bringing in that old Silver Agey fighting Starro sort of origin, while also acknowledging that in this point in DC's history, with where their like position in the cultural zeitgeist is gone, you kind of need to have your founding event, or not Avengers, but your founding leaguers be the big seven, right? Like, you kind of need that nowadays. That's what a lot of people are going to expect when they open up that, like, I'm going to go get an old Justice League issue and there's Aquaman and John, but no Superman or Batman. They definitely like raise their eyebrows and go, what are we doing here? But so then we get to like the first crossover between the JSA and the Justice League, all of that fun stuff, the expansion of the Teen Titans, the Doom Patrol, the Metal Men. Then we start getting into
That's
all
a lot
like
of quick hits.
It
like,
really
this issue felt a lot more like a lot of quick hits than the first issue did when it comes to summarizing events and things that happened.
I think you just hit it right there. In the first one, it was a flow of summarized events, and here they can't just summarize because they have to acknowledge, like, oh yeah, we need to say Zatanna is here. We need to say Animal Man is here. We need. Again, not his fault, but you are right. That is sort of what happened.
Yeah, that's not on Wade. That's just on DC editorial at the time. Like, they're strapping him with all this stuff that he's got to deal with.
So then, just more, again, hit, showing everybody. We get our Batgirl. We get our Charles
blue
character.
cowl Batgirl, man.
Like, I like that. I like that one. That's my favorite one. The blue cowl one. Like,
is it?
I really
can't
like
exactly
the blue
blame you.
one.
It's not mine. It's not mine.
Which
but I
one's
can't
yours?
blame you. I like the one where it's the straight black. It's got just a couple of the lines on the gauntlets and the gold. It was the one. So remember,
is that the animated one?
No. So remember when New 52 was coming out and Art Germ did a couple of pieces. Where he really emphasized the gold gauntlets and boots, and it just looked. It looks so clean to me.
That's actually they
wound up using that design for the Arkham games.
Oh,
they used it for Arkham. Okay. They used it for Arkham Knight.
This is the animated series look. That's where it comes from. Like, it builds. It's not in the show, but it builds.
He built on that. Yeah.
Well, Art Germ didn't. DC's done that. Like, after it got in the show, they because I have a couple action figures from when I was like 7 or 10 where she has the yellow gloves. Like, I remember that distinctly. So. Yes, now I know which one you're talking about. I do like that one a lot. I just really like the blue cowls on the Bat families. I think they work. And you know what? I will give credit. I do like that tactical Batgirl suit they did for the New 52. I actually did like all the drama surrounding it. I thought it was like just a solid sort of design for her. But let's see. Back to the DC history. So then we go. Yeah, we just keep going. We get Dial H for Hero. We get all the New God stuff. We get more. We're starting to get into like the 80s. We get Talia.
They really flew through. So that's one of the criticisms that I have of this issue. That he flew through some stuff that is like it's not as widely known. So he really just like zoomed through some of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
some of the in between stuff, and I get that it's not as like culturally popular. It's not as like.
Well, I think
even us as comic book fans don't like go like, oh man, I like really remember and really love that part of like history when it comes to the Justice League or DC history in general, right? But it's like it felt like it was convenient skimming because
and I think you're right on the money that it's less ignoring these things and more convenient skimming because we are realists, guys. We know that you can't sit here and just list everything because that would not be a book. That would just be
forever.
That would be boring. Nobody would want it. But
yeah, it'd be boring.
To your point, Andrew, I think what they do is they like establish that this has happened, and then it's sort of like a lie by omission. Like they don't address it. Doesn't mean it's not happening, but they're not like, because like this is the era of the 70s, 80s, you know, getting into Crisis. Things are messed up right now, both in terms of continuity, in terms of direction for DC. Like nobody knows where they want to go. So I think trying to sit down and solidify every single, like right now, go, here's how all of that would fit into a cohesive timeline would get way more wonky and just confuse the hell out of us even more. Sort of like, remember, Crisis was made to make Hawkman's origin make sense. And then once they rebooted him, it was worse off. And it was like, oh my God, you have no idea what this character is anymore. But I'm kind of with you. I would have liked to see a little more acknowledgement of like bigger sort of events. Like, again, they'll get to it, but Jason Todd should be around here at some point, right? And the death of him,
talked about him for like 2 seconds.
If that, but like he should be dead around here at some point.
Yeah.
Like we should not be getting
they don't mention that his death happened, which is kind of a significant event.
Which is like a pretty big one. So like, yeah, Andrew's on point.
This is super impactful on his current character.
On his current character, on Batman's character, on Joker's character, like Nightwing's character, Damian, everybody kind of, you don't get
even
modern
Tim.
Bat Family. Yeah, you don't get modern Bat Family.
Bruce's interactions and the way that he handled training Tim, because he trained Tim harder than he trained Jason or Dick, specifically
he wanted
because
to like push him away. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and he wanted not just that, but he wanted to make sure that like if he was going to stick around, that the same things that happened to Jason didn't happen to Tim.
And like that is a big point of attention for them.
Protecting him. It was like a like it's not the way that a parent would normally. Yeah, it's not the way that a loving parent would normally handle a child. It's the way that a paranoid parent who
does
thinks
that everything
genuinely. Yeah, they genuinely love their child, but they don't know how to address the dire things of the world with that child.
It's less that, and it's more they like Bruce isn't ready to accept that bad things will happen to Tim. Like that's so he's trying to fight against the tide of like, I will train you to be the best so that nothing ever happens. But that's something bad will happen. It doesn't matter if he's
something
with Bruce.
Eventually is going to happen.
It doesn't matter if it's the Joker. It doesn't matter if Tim gets hit by a car. Like something's going to happen, and that's the lesson he learns. Is like you can love your kid all you want, but you can't protect them from everything. They have to go out and do their own shit, and it sucks and it hurts and it's hard. But you don't get a good relationship with your kid if you're just like, no, I'm gonna tell you how to do everything so that you're safe. That's how you get Calico. Then we start getting into John and Guy and Swamp Thing. So we're getting into the 80s here. We get I know this is all important stuff here, but
Lord.
I was just like, God damn it, can you go away? Like I like you, but like
what are we doing?
Can we stop with you? Like I know we have to mention you, but come on, like I'm done with you for now. Then Bragman, the Outsiders, the death of Aquaman's son.
Black Nightling.
Dude, and then we get into the Superman Project, which is that thing. You guys might remember this. It was from Doomsday Clock, where it turned out that the U.S. government had been experimenting to make a bunch of metahumans, and that's where like Metamorpho came from. Firestorm. We hadn't seen that since Doomsday Clock. They brought it back now. In the last issue, they said that all the top DC scientists like Niles Calder and Dr. Ivo, they all got together and they worked on this project. And this is I'm still kind of out on how I feel about that. That feels too super soldier mutant to me. Like,
yeah,
I'm still out on it. You guys can still sell me.
Sell for me.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Like, I'm still out, but you can sell, but you got to like do a really hard sell.
Yeah.
With that said, I did like seeing some of the villains that they're now, or like the characters that they're associating with that, like Killer Frost makes sense, Lady Clayface. Then okay, this I didn't even like know. This was weird to me, Andrew. Maybe are these three supposed to be part of that project? I don't think so, but it's just like there's no.
So the way that I read it, made me kind of double take, because I did initially think, is Wade trying to like insinuate that these are part of the project, or is there just not a proper
like transition
beat?
Yeah,
is there not a proper transition or a beat here that we're taking that doesn't make me think that these are supposed to be part of this project that we just talked about a second ago?
The problem there is like, okay, with Vixen and Amethyst, I would say if it was just those two, I'd say, oh no, it was just a missed beat. Mark like missed that. But then you have Ambush Bug, and they talk about like they give him a teleportation suit, which that's new. I like Ambush Bug as like that wacky proto Deadpool. He's actually better than Deadpool to me because he's not that like annoying. But
he's not as retarded.
Yeah, seriously. He never like they never specified how his powers came about. He was kind of just always like, what the hell are you? See, I got like that was him. So now you give him the suit. That makes me go, oh, is it Superman project? I don't know, but either way, I was happy to see Amethyst. I guess like we remember she exists. We get the proper debut of the new Teen Titans with I love this piece. I thought this piece was great. Like
that was a really solid piece. Actually,
put this on like a trade cover.
So I like everybody on here except for Wally.
Really?
Actually,
why don't you like Wally? I actually really love him.
I don't like his I don't like the running form that they gave him there, but I love Robin. I was about to say I love Dick. That sounded weird.
And you did it anyway.
And I did it anyway. I love how Robin looks here. It's this great balance between it's a current day artist, but it evokes that same imagery that you would expect back in the 80s.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Like he did a really phenomenal job balancing those two things. I like Starfire here. I especially love Donna.
Yeah, she looks great.
Raven's okay for me here. Like he's definitely trying to go for that same imagery of the iconic
the
new Teen Titans. Yeah, that and it's like I get what you're going for. You're not gonna outdo George Perez.
No, absolutely never going to outdo him. But this is clearly like an homage to that image. Like we all understand that. The two things I would ping on this, or not ping, but I have one criticism. I don't like they're doing this now. They're giving Tim, like they're covering up his legs, which like it just feels odd to me.
For Dick.
Or Dick, yeah. They're like Dick.
Yeah, because he had the shorts.
Yeah, and the little booties. Yeah, the little booties.
Yeah, and the boots. Yeah, he did.
And like they're not even
there was
trying
bare
to,
leg there.
But they don't even try to like make it a costume. They just color his legs black and say he has tights on.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it doesn't look. Yeah, to your
like,
point. It doesn't look like tights. It just looks like they decide to color his legs like a bluish black.
And then the other thing I liked is that the Beast Boy depiction, they brought back the Perez like little energy explosions when he changes. Like nobody remembers that, and I like that little effect. So you can see it on him, you can see it on the tiger, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
That's a really good attention detail there,
right?
But
exactly.
Donna especially looks fantastic.
Oh, Donna looks fantastic.
I think Donna looks probably the most dynamic of everybody on here.
Oh, well, her, and then probably like Robin, and then probably Wally, even though you don't like it. But that's just in terms of dynamicism. Whoops, what am I doing?
Yeah,
there we go.
That's just the personal preference.
No,
thing.
absolutely.
But otherwise, like
just objective.
Yeah, Robin and Donna there especially just look really, really great.
I wish Donna got some love. Shout out to freaking Punk. He just bought the Titans annual for this year, and it's got an amazing Donna cover by Daniel Sampere. And he was like, "You should buy it, Mav." And I was like, I just don't know anything about this Titan series. And I know it's coming off of Tom Taylor. I know it's Phil Jimenez, who I trust more, but it's still just like, you and I have talked about this. Like, there's no Wally, there's no
Wally or Dick.
Or Dick. So like the two people I actually really care about aren't there. So
yeah, like you're missing crucial key components of that team for me. And that was exactly how it was in the Rebirth era for me, where it's like, as soon as they removed Wally and removed Nightwing, I was like, so I'm not reading the book anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, telling me. You basically just told me, hey, you don't need to read this book anymore.
Well, like I specifically only checked out the Titans books because it was like, oh, we're reuniting Nightwing and Wally is flat. And I went, but my two DC, like, yes, let's go. Oh, they're here for like 3 issues and we're done. I don't care about like I like Starfire. I don't care about her enough to read a solo book or anything like that. So yeah, swing and a miss, swing and a miss.
Yeah. What
are you pulling out? What are you pulling out?
I was just gonna grab the
what are we
Return
looking
of
for?
Wally West here.
There it is.
Like this lineup was great. Like it was still missing characters that I love, but they had enough.
Who was even gone off of that one? I thought they had Garth was there for that one.
Yeah, but they didn't have Corey.
Oh, that's what, because she was over with Jason. That's right. She was with the Outlaws.
Yeah,
that's right.
At that point, she was with the freaking Outlaws.
I forgot. I liked her over there. I liked that first bit of the, like when what's his name, Rockefort was drawing it. That like, I
mean, his art is good. Just, like really,
well, yeah, his art's great, but I like the eventual. I liked a lot of what they did with Red Hood and the Outlaws, and then they
the
just dynamic
was interesting.
The dynamic was interesting, and they kept that and they built on that, and then eventually it just I forget who left and who came on, but it got like Tumblrized, where you had like this really good, like friend, rival, enemy like vibe, and then it just became sort of like the Tumblr coffee shop, and I was like, this sucks. Yeah. Like that's not what I wanted from you guys. Like Artemis was like throwing giant battle axes, and then she was talking to Jason about her feelings, and I'm like, stop.
Like, can you not? Like, this is not the book for that, guys.
You had Bizarro, and it was like,
read the room. Like, read the room. But no, like the lineup for the Titans here was phenomenal. Like
that also
bringing back Omen.
That's what I was gonna say. Omen
so bringing back Lilith Clay was like, what?
Like really? that was probably our original Jimmy watch, like Lilith watch. Like holy shit, it's Lilith.
Watch. Yeah. Lilith Watch was the original. That was the precursor to Jimmy Watch. Because like literally nobody except for us remembers Lilith.
Nobody.
And then they decide to make her a main part of the team. Well, and now she's just gone. Like,
well, I feel like she showed up in some issue like a little like recently, and you and I both went, oh, they remember Omen exists. I don't remember where it was.
I vaguely remembering mentioning that
very
on
quick.
Stream.
It might be like
don't remember it.
It might be like Justice League Unlimited. Might have been where
maybe
it was.
It is.
Or
maybe it is.
We'll find it, but I know we talk like everybody out there probably is like, we know, you morons. But then
right, you mentioned it 8 million times.
All right, every show you do. So then now we're getting into like the 80s. We have the Judas contract. Here comes Jason. Now we have Lobo and the Outsiders. We have more of the like 80s like experiments they tried, like Vibe, Blue Devil.
Yeah, Blue Devil was. I was like, wow, we're name dropping here.
The most I know of Blue Devil is from Final Crisis when they're having, or Infinite Crisis. One of the crises they're having like
I think it was Infinite.
No, it is Infinite. It's the funeral for Superboy, because they all go to the funeral, and I think it's like Wonder Girl is standing next to him, and he's like actively on fire, and they're like, what the hell? And it's like, oh yeah, Blue Devil like he's not just in a suit anymore, like he actually became a demon, so he's burning up. And I went, as a kid, like I was like, that's such a smart detail, and now it's like so basic, but I was like, that's so smart, that's so cool.
Remember when we were younger and thought like the most simplistic things were extra deep?
Dude, I was talking to a friend, and she was talking to she was like, I wish I could go right back in the old Shakespeare days. It's so easy, you kind of just write anything. And I was like, I'm with you, but I want to go back to like the 40s, 50s, 60s of comic books. Dude, just fuck it. Catman! Knife Man! Light Man! Done! I'm on break. I'll see you guys from my yacht. Like, it was great.
Right? Like the most basic freaking names ever imagined.
Superman! Like, guys, yes, we know it now, but...
Superman is the superhero. It's literally in the name. But if you break it down, that is the most basic ass name you could possibly come up with.
Like, if that was not a character,
has superpowers. He's a man. What do we call him?
Like, every like teacher across the country, if he wasn't a pop culture icon, when they would be like, you can be a Superman in your class, like everybody would do that. Like, it's so funny. So then more. Now we finally are getting into the Infinity Inc. stuff, which I'll admit I don't care, kind of. Like, I know what Infinity Inc. is.
Yeah, it's kind of like, all right, thanks for recapping that for me, Wade. I appreciate it.
It feels like that was that generation's Teen Titans, and cool. I'm glad you guys liked it, but I had the Titan. Like, I have Young Justice in the Titans. I don't need. I don't need this.
I've got Teen Titans, and Young Justice. I don't care about Infinity Inc.
But then, we come up to Crisis. Everything kind of breaks down as normal there. We end with, the arrival of Dr. Light, the death of Supergirl, and then Barry dissolving into nothing. One of the best scenes, best panel layouts in like the original page in all of comics. Like, it's just
one of the most iconic moments in comic books.
Subhuman says those first couple years of Titans was good. I mean, I think he's talking about Rebirth. Yeah,
he's probably referring to Rebirth. Yeah, the first couple of years were really solid. Like up through right after Lazarus contract, so up through Judas Among Us. This was the last time it was any good, because that's after this was when we lose Wally and Dick.
Because we don't even lose them for anything in particular. Like,
well, we lose Wally because of stupid
ass God, King. We do, for Heroes in Crisis. But then
we lose him because it's
I saw at comic. I don't know if this happens at other conventions, Andrew, but there are 4 like bigger artists. So like I forget who it's some company hosts all these, but it's like Frank Cho, Rose Betch, Jock, Dragoda, like these DNA. They have a booth at Comic-Con where it's like it's sort of like a big booth space. It's just like a big long table that has all of their stuff, and it's sort of like that's where you go for the like official like your variants and I was walking by there and I was looking at the Rose Betch stuff, the Phoenix and the Luna cover I got, and Tom King was there. Like, he was just standing, he was talking to Jock, because Jock and Scott Snyder were signing, and Tom is just like standing next to me like a normal person, and he's talking about like, I'll sign this for you, but he's talking like I gotta sign this, and I gotta go write this, and then I gotta go to this panel, and I'm like, I hate you. Like, I didn't have like a violent thought. Like, I wasn't gonna like assault him, but I was just like,
it's that
hate you.
Kind of dichotomy between like, you still want to be a decent human being,
but
at the same time you note that this person did abhorrent things to characters you love.
Like, there's nothing complimentary I can give him.
They're just not a good writer when it comes to handling certain characters, and so they destroyed them and crapped all over your childhood and your adolescence and all of that. And so you're just like, I'm not gonna punch you in the mouth, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about it.
Oh yeah,
right?
Oh dude, like, and not just thought about it, but like mulled over, like, this might be worth the assault charge. Like,
right, like maybe I fantasized about it momentarily. I just wanted to bring this up real quick before we continue. Like, because it dawned on me, because I remembered, like, man, Judas Among Us had like a bunch of artists on, didn't it?
Yeah,
like,
they
for
did.
That arc. And listen to this lineup.
We'll be back.
We had Brett Booth, obviously, because he was doing most of the art for Titans at the time.
Yeah, and the Teen Titans.
But we also had Kenneth Rocafort.
Ooh,
on this arc, and we had my boy V. Ken Marion.
Really?
Yeah, he
did an issue. That's an early
issue.
One. Then that's an early.
He did.
Ken.
He did an issue. And then Minkyu Jung, whose art is really solid.
I know that name.
But for whatever reason, wherever else to place it is completely escaping me. But like, looking at the art, I'm like, this is just like really solid work. But I can't figure out where else I've seen it
came from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where,
it's just
where
like,
else it ended up.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it, I'm like, that's really good work. But where else have I seen it? I don't remember. Yeah. Like this DC Rebirth Titans, like the first 3 arcs was so solid.
Mike, how's it going? We were talking about you a little bit ago. How's it going? Rebirth was just kind of solid all around. I really
it really was.
Anything
That's
I didn't
probably
like
the better
out
way
of
to put it.
Yeah, and then after that we got DCU.
Even Tom King's first 2 or 3 arcs on Batman were like solid.
On Batman,
it was like, it's not anything mind blowing, but it's like, this is good work.
Oh,
this
and in case we didn't, I know I told you, but like in case I didn't confess to this on stream for all of you out there, you guys know that every time we talk about Tom King, we talk about Batman, or not always, but I go, I kind of liked Gotham Girl. I miss her. Like, she was cute. I did not realize it was like he created her. I think of that era of Batman and I go, oh yeah, and then I was flipping through things and I went, like, I messaged Andrew and I was like, son of a bitch. Like, damn it. Like,
that's
it's
a Tom King original. That's the Tom King.
Mike says, "Oh dear, I'm curious as to why I, of all people, came up." I totally
because
forget.
we were talking about Absolute Green Arrow.
Oh yeah. That's right.
And you're a big Green Arrow guy. And truth be told, like the premise, at least that we've been told, because the first issue isn't out yet.
Yeah.
The premise just sounds like Green Arrow. It doesn't sound like Absolute anything.
Not
it just sounds like
Absolute,
Green Arrow.
It's just GA. So
I was kind of like, well, my buddy Mike might be really happy about that.
Yeah, right.
He's
like,
a big Green Arrow
you
guy.
like GA, Mike? We know that. Oh, and then we also mentioned to you, they're doing the Green Arrow Year One compact, and Andrew was like, "Oh, I think Mike would pick that one up."
Right.
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
was. That's what it was
right.
too.
The DC compact Green Arrow Year One. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, that's new history of the DC universe. It's a fun run to get through. It's nice seeing the little tunes and touches they're making the DC universe. Obviously, Andrew and I know this stuff like the back of our hands. We have a lot to comment on it. I think next is probably where we're going to start really ripping into things, because this is where things start getting unhinged, because now we're going to come out of Crisis. So we're going to get 0 Hour. We're going to get Final Night. We're going to get Matrix Supergirl. She has to come back into this. Like, we have to start addressing all of this stuff. So again, Wade has to play with the cards he's dealt, but it's still going to be a really hard game for him to pull off.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's see. From there, where do you want to hit? What second book do we want to talk about?
Let's fly through, because it's 9:30.
Yep, we'll fly. Yep, we'll fly.
For Bell County. Let's fly through Ultimates and then hit Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay. Alrighty. So, guys, if you'll recall, Ultimates. Oh, I'm not even on the right page. I got to switch us back. I forgot we moved over to do the cover, or the bookie, the trades. So, yes, guys. Ultimates 14. We are here. If you guys remember, we have been a fan of this book. It did get kind of quiet and slow. Not necessarily bad, just slow. Lots of world building.
It slowed down for like 3 or 4 issues, where it was just like nothing felt like it was really happening in terms of moving the plot.
It was a lot of like
forward,
learning the personality of the world, not even like learning the setting. Like, we didn't meet any new places, but we saw how things interacted, and it's interesting. They're good, but as you and I talk about all the time,
building, but in terms of like moving the story forward, not much was happening.
You and I talk about this all the time. This is comics, right? Like, you need to have some level of action or engagement, or like, pull them into this to keep going.
Give them a reason to want the next issue.
That's what it is. We're gonna put that on a shirt. Like, that's gonna be our motto over here.
What's next?
What's next? Leave them wanting to buy the first issue, and then perfect, because I know I just fucked that up. It'll be like on the front, it'll be like the Spencer version, and then on the back, back it'll be the long fucked up Spencer version, and on the front it'll be the normal, like, Andrew, here's how you solidly get this idea across.
It'll be the 2-line that took you 5 seconds to read version.
This summer, guys, after the Rippaverse stuff is all, save your money. But yeah, so we finally get an issue where things have started happening again. I guess last issue was the one where we found out that Jan is the traitor, that's okay, cool, but that was
that last issue or the issue before? It was one of the two. It was one of the last 2 issues. But, not a lot of, honestly, that I think just speaks to the fact that not much has happened in the last 3 or 4 issues. We just have not
been able to, like, we don't ping it in our brains. Like, we just go, okay, it's in the book.
That's why we haven't talked about it on the show.
But finally, this week, we got an Ultimates issue that has a lot of things to talk about. Let's put it this way. I don't want to give away anything. But as you guys can see, obviously, this issue features the introduction of Ultimate Quicksilver and Ultimate Scarlet Witch. I will say this from the top. There is a In-Hyuk Lee cover going around, variant with Pietro and Wanda. They look terrible on that cover.
Which is weird, because In-Hyuk Lee usually does really banger
for
covers.
A second. Let me go find it.
Yeah, In-Hyuk Lee does banger covers, like, usually blindfolded.
Seriously.
For whatever reason, like, the cover that he did as a variant for this, to us, just does not look good. We're not fans. Whatever the art direction was, or whatever the translation was, it didn't land. We don't like it. Again, In-Hyuk Lee, phenomenal artist. He does really great work.
Like,
this cover was just kind of a miss. Like, it didn't do it.
Okay, that's the window.
Which is sad, because, like, these are kind of important characters, and I have a feeling they're going to become even more important moving forward.
Definitely.
But
yeah, you guys can see the cover here. Like, Wanda looks fine. She just looks kind of generic. Like, she doesn't. I think that's her biggest problem. She just doesn't look like anything. But then
it doesn't look like Wanda specifically to me. It just looks like some chick with some pink in her hair.
That's true too. Yeah,
and like, wearing a red suit.
And the red suit. But then Pietro back here, both Andrew and I were like, "What is happening? Like, why has he got this weird fuzzy, not afro, but like a black haircut, but he's not black?"
Super weird.
And we were like, "Huh, what the hell is that?" Luckily this is a case of just artist messing up or Inhyuk not being able to draw like young people, because
the design just didn't translate.
It didn't, because as we'll see, Pietro and Wanda actually look pretty good in this issue.
They look solid in this issue, yeah.
So yeah, the issue itself, we have Hawkeye and Captain America continuing the Ultimate's assault on all the Roxxon facilities. We see a meeting of the Roxxon board, which includes Alchemax. So shout out to my Spider-Man 2099 guys. Justine Hammer of Hammer Weapons. Shout out to my Iron Man fans.
I saw that and I was like, all of a sudden, all of the scenes with Justin Hammer and Iron Man 2 started playing in my
head. Like, he's my favorite.
It was just Tony Donkey. Like, people crap on that movie, and partially for good reason. Like, there's some
wonky stuff
in that movie for sure. But like, all of the stuff between Tony and Justin Hammer in that movie is just absolute gold. Like, it is pure gold.
That movie made Sam Rockwell like my favorite actor, because he was so best good Justin Hammer in that movie.
He played such a pretentious douchebag perfectly, and it just worked so well.
Man,
I laughed my butt off.
To me, one of the best quip exchanges in all of entertainment is between him and Rhodey, when he's doing like the 824 Gatling gun, 7.6 missile launcher, and then he's like, the ex-wife buster, and he like puts it down or whatever, and he goes, what can I do for, or he's like what can I do for you? And then Rhodey goes like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay, what? All of it. Like
all of it.
The way the speed, the inflection, like, it's just perfect. And like,
it was very like just snappy. It was back and forth.
That's the word I was gonna go for. That. Yeah, snappy. Snappy's the right. It doesn't drag out. It's not like Bendis. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So we have our Justine Hammer, which is Justin Hammer's daughter. She actually is in Earth 616. We've seen her before.
Mm-hmm.
The Scientist Supreme of AIM, the General CEO of Roxxon, who is just a guy, because there really isn't ever a leader. Like, there is no villain who is the leader of Roxxon. And then
we get some freaking Morrison here, man.
Laughed so hard when I turned this page.
I laughed my butt off, because it was like, it was probably like 2 or 3 months ago that we were talking about, but like 2 or 3 months ago, we were talking about this exact character and we were laughing our butts off.
And we brought her up on stream, and we were talking about, if you guys remember, this was when we were talking about like favorite comic creators, and I showed Andrew this character because she's in Earth, like regular Marvel, and we were talking about something, and then it was like, don't ever let like your favorite creators go full creator. And Andrew was like, and he's like, the best example, and I was like, I know, it's don't let Morrison be Morrison. And then we like were talking, and then I showed him that, and Andrew was like, who even made that character? And I went, that's a good question, because she's her design here.
Neither of us could remember.
Like,
at the
where's
moment.
her full design? It is.
We don't get a true full shot of her. We get like a half shot.
We get this quick half shot that I'm trying to like. Yeah. Oh, that actually worked. I kept the spoiler out. But like this is just what she dresses like. Like, this is not Ultimate Universe. She just
dresses like some BDSM chick.
And so Andrew and I were like, Andrew was like, who even made her? And I went, that's a good question. She shows up a lot. Like, she's an Avengers villain now. And then Grant Morrison. And Andrew and I just like laughed our ass. I was like,
we were just both like, why did neither of us guess that it was Morrison?
And I was
like thrown a dart at a board and it would have landed on Morrison.
The best, you guys should have seen the exchange, because Andrew was like, who even made her? And then there's like a beat of 2 minutes, and then it's just, listen, like just like an admission of defeat. Like, listen, man, I didn't know this, but
that's right. And then I was like, it was Grant Morrison, wasn't it?
And I was just like, look, I like him, but okay. So yes, we get sort of the evil Illuminati of the world, if you will, or more the economic American Illuminati, I guess you would say, because we have the Makers Council. They are monitoring the situation with the Ultimates, and they have finally decided that they're no longer just like a nuisance, right? Like now they're actually causing damage
now
to their
they're
operations.
an actual threat. They're causing problems to the revenue, to
and
the
their
resources.
weapon systems, and they're just taking it all down. So they call in an educator, if you will. None other, ladies and gentlemen, than our girl.
Yes, let's
Ultimate
go!
Emma fucking Frost.
I turned to that page and I was like,
I did not see that coming. Like,
I didn't either. This is literally the reason why I pushed for this to be one of the books.
I know. But like this, all of this setup, the Roxxon CEO just starts talking about like, we're bringing somebody in. We're fucking up. We need help. This is like, we're doing it. You're like me. You probably assumed like it's going to be somebody, right? Like this is Ultimate. It's going to be, I don't know, Ultimate Owl or whatever the fuck, like something like that. And then no, it is Emma Frost. And this is like evil Emma again. And I kind of missed her, like to the point where
the great thing about Emma is that it's her personality that you're drawn to. So whether it's her being villain Emma or whether it's her being technically a good guy, but like not taking anybody's bullshit, like Emma is still Emma.
But see,
that's the thing.
My specific thing here with noting her like evilness is that this Emma just uses her powers on you, and she does not care, and she will tell you like, I'm just going to take control of your mind, fuck off, and you just kind of have to sit there and deal with it. And like our Emma she's trying, right? But then so Emma, they call her in. She says, I run a school, the Frost School for Wayward Youngsters. And she says, I have some help. Don't worry. And as Cap and Hawkeye finish up their raid of a Roxxon plant, Cap just disappears. And then we get this. I actually like this, Andrew, where Emma starts like, she's speaking over this, right? And then they're all going like, when is it going to begin, Emma? And she goes, it already has. There. Yeah. Did you catch it? And it's like, huh? And then they rewind it, and it's
slow it down,
like just barrels into like it's all. I don't know. I really liked seeing that. Like we knew that's what was happening.
That was a really good use of a speedster there.
Yeah, it was.
It seems basic to us probably as people who love the Flash, but Marvel has a history of not knowing what the hell to do with speedster characters outside of like, oh, here's like 2 panels,
and it feels like
something happens,
and it feels like they made themselves scared of copying the Flash too much, and I don't know where that came from, because like I get it, the Flash has hit a lot of the like big things you would associate with a speedster, right? Time travel, lightning, running fast, beating Superman, whatever.
Yeah,
that leaves a little like, it's kind of hard to navigate it in there, but you can do it. Like we've seen Velocity right over in
Velocity over in Top Cow.
Top Cow. We've seen all manner of anime speedsters, like even to throw this, even though it's slightly related, unrelated, Absolute Flash. He runs and like uses his powers differently than a regular speedster was. Like there are ways you can do it, and Andrew's right. They kind of just really amount to their speedsters running fast. You rarely see them doing like
with no fancy things. Yeah, there's like, oh wow, they ran fast for 2 panels, and it's like, did they do anything in those 2 panels?
There's like the occasional like where they go like, Pietro.
Every now and then Pietro will get something.
But it's almost always that scene that we always see where it's like, the bomb's going to detonate. It's 4 seconds, and he like runs out, and it's like he's pushing himself, and it's like last second he like barely gets out over the ocean or whatever, right? And then you go, oh no! But then next panel he's like, what'd you expect? Like it's always sort of that, which is
it's kind of the same thing over and over. Yeah,
exactly. It's not bad, but we've seen it do anything else, and that's why you guys see Quicksilver's really their only speedster.
Marvel writers act like they're afraid of speedsters.
I feel like they think,
and Marvel speedsters aren't powerful enough to like be worth being afraid of in terms of like you're not dealing with characters who are going to break your universe.
You're not doing a reverse Flash. You're doing Pietro. You're doing Wizard.
Like even this one, like okay, so
Demon.
He goes. I think Emma says he's going 4 times the speed of sound here, and it's like, okay, yeah.
As he crashes into America, he's moving at 4 times the speed of sound.
But like, that's not even a warm-up jog for any of the members of the Flash family.
No. That
right? So it's like, okay, like,
but then the
you
problem,
have a lot of wiggle room to work with here to do some fun stuff.
And that's kind of what I was going to get at is like, I don't necessarily need Marvel speedsters to be as universe breaking as the Flashes. And you know that. No, I know
the thing.
I'm not arguing against you. Yeah, we're on the same side. Yeah.
You don't need a speedster to be breaking the speed of light. You don't need them to be able to outrun the concept of infinity, whatever the fuck that actually means, but Sykes wrote it.
Yep.
Right? Like, whatever that actually means, we don't know. Right? Like, you don't need to be doing stupid stuff in order to write a speedster and have them do cool things and have it be impactful on the story. And this is an example of a speedster being leveraged properly, who is not OP, because that's the thing. Like, speedsters can get out of control like really easily if you're not careful.
No pun intended. Yeah.
I appreciate you. Like, it's really easy to get out of control and let things get out of hand when it comes to handling speedsters. You have to be very intentional, very deliberate to be like, okay, I need to take into account everything else that's going on in this expanding world beyond me and beyond just this one character.
For example,
while
you
balancing
could write,
having them doing cool things.
You could have a scene where, like, your instinct might go, oh, it would be cool to see my speedster run against a bullet train and beat it. Absolutely. That is cool. Now, what does that mean for everything else?
Bullet. Yeah.
But, like, now what does that mean for... Now you have to consider you can't just throw it out there with speedsters. You have to go, well, now what does that mean for everything else? Like, what have I just established? And, yeah. But I will give this... I actually do think Pietro here is really cool. Like, I actually think this is a good speedster, like,
I think
depiction.
His design's
a little whack. A little whack.
Well, so...
But I also think, like, the shaved head works. I think the shaved head works here.
So like, it's funny. I think we're on opposite ends of this, but we reached like the same balance. Because I actually don't like the shaved head, but I like the suit for it being something a little more unique. And that's because, and you know this, I hate asymmetrical suit designs so much. I hate almost every single one of Pietro's designs ever. It's one of the reasons why I hate Dark Flash Wallace's
the
design
one,
because
I
hate that.
Bolt.
Like,
I like
Marvel
that, but that you don't like.
Marvel and DC have done this design with so many of their characters that are speed related.
That's literally. I was gonna go. That's literally Ben's design. It's it's the asymmetric spider. They tilt it to the side. Like it's the same thing.
We're the big old bolt of lightning across the chest, right, diagonally. You know, from the shoulder down to the waist, down to the hip. And it's like, I hate it. I actually hate it. I do not like it at all. And so for them to finally give Pietro one of the very few instances of him having a more symmetrical suit design makes me very happy. What the only other one that's immediately leaping out to me, I know there's the one where he was, I always forget the name of it when he was part of that group, but where it was like the yellow and
the X Factor suit.
Yeah.
The yellow and brown one. Yeah, Serval.
Yeah, and it was
Serval,
like that was
actually that's what it was. Serval.
Yeah, the Serval one. That's the one, and that's fine. One. I like when he had the and it was the black and the purple, and he had the jacket.
Oh, that's like the 90s. Yeah. That one worked for him, but then everybody got a jacket. Like Sue Storm had a jacket. Black Knight got a jacket. Like everybody was wearing a fucking jacket.
Oh, cool. So just everybody in the Brothers Goldfish has a jacket. Cool. Nobody has anything unique. That's fine.
Well, her and Jesse had it, and then it was like, oh, everybody has it now. And that's when they took it away from them because they were like, shit. Yeah. Like now that we're gonna bring him back.
Too many people have this. Yeah,
exactly what it was. See,
but like I like the symmetry going on with his suit here, and I love that it's still maintaining that lightning bolt imagery.
While
doing something different with it. I wish he had a little bit more with the hair. The buzz. Well,
see, that's why I like
the buzz. Doesn't do it for me.
But that's why I like the buzz here is because he's not supposed to be him. Like he's a child soldier right here, like literally. Like he just came from the school. So like that to me, I like that. Like this shows
the reasoning for it makes sense.
Right.
I don't necessarily frame it that way. It absolutely makes sense.
I'm not saying like objectively I like this as the look. Like I think the haircut looks stupid, but I understand like, yeah, he's child soldier. That kind of sells it. And to me, it's even scarier because we know Pietro as like the European type of like rebel, kind of kid. And so to see him with like a shaved head and that serious look, you're like, oh, something's wrong here. And then
Yeah.
I generally like the suit.
Narratively, it works. It makes sense.
I generally like the suit. My problem is I don't like I wish the bolts didn't connect on the hip. Like I wish that just went like it was just the
really.
bolts
So
here.
you wish it didn't do.
I don't like
what
those...
it's trying to do there is it's trying to like emulate the belt.
I know, but like he doesn't have a belt for any reason. Like he's never had a belt. There's no like.
That's true.
To me, those hip lines
maybe that's
combined,
me like transplanting my watt for the belt.
Yeah, I mean,
that might be that.
It makes sense for a Flash design, but not for a Pietro design, right?
For sure.
And then from there, the only other thing that kind of bothers me is that this is probably the least like offensive of it all, but I feel like there are too many lines here, right? And like I would take away the shoulder cuffs, I would take away one of the blocks each on his wrist and his leg, and then whatever's happening here on his neck, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I would just turn it into like a regular collar.
Here's what I would have done
instead of like armor in there.
Here's what I would have done, because I think we're halfway in agreement here. I think remove that black section that separates the neck collar from the chest, and make it the whole teal. Let the teal go all the way up to the collar.
Yeah, that actually would have looked great.
Then on the wrists, I actually think the forearms are fine.
However, I would take away legs, like I'm not saying get rid of them all. It's like, so you see how on his wrist, like, and his legs, there are like an extra block, right? So you have like the blue, and then there's like a block, and then the black.
That's what I'm getting at. I think you can get away with having. I think you can get away with having that second one on the arm, but on the legs specifically, especially since what it is when you have it pulled out on this shot here, it makes it a lot more clear. It's these two shorter blocks, these two shorter segments, followed by that longer one that goes all the way around his thigh.
Right, that is supposed to be like the boots.
Get rid of those extra ones at the top. I think. Get rid of those two shorter ones. Those two, I think you get rid of those, then it feels a lot less.
Yeah, get rid of those,
complex.
and then what you're saying right here, like this is bugging me, and I didn't realize it until you said it, but it's giving me
separation is really weird.
It's giving me Vigilante from DC, like the original one, and I don't think that was intentional at all, but that's what I'm getting.
Probably not
because of the coloring and just the gap right there, but. So I think there's something here. Maybe they'll take it back to the drawing board and go, oh, you're on the Ultimates now. Here's your new suit. And we'll get a cooler variant. I don't know. But yes, overall, this is a great look for Pietro. I'm happy to see it. Now, yes, he looks great. But I want, what really got me about this is, okay, well, we get Wanda. Whatever. She's basically just the same Wanda we know from Earth 616.
They do, which is actually kind of shocking. They do more with Pietro here than they do with Wanda. And usually Wanda's the one that gets all the focus.
Because of the MCU and everything. But to what Andrew and I were saying
about that book is actually still really good.
Which one?
Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Oh. Just because I said MCU, I was like, TVA? That book is over, and that book was awful. What the fuck are you talking about?
Sorry. There was a lot.
No, totally. I'm with you now.
And Scarlet Witch is still like really solid. Steve Orlando is still telling a fun story on the story side.
Simone DeMeo just dropped like an amazing variant for this week's issue.
That variant.
So cool.
I'll have you guys know, I spent $25 on a variant issue because it was a freaking 1 of 50, I think. Incentive variant, and my shop only got one copy, and I was like, damn it, this cover's too pretty.
I
also love the guys at my shop.
And he's like, damn, 25, and I went, yeah, but what else you got this week? And it's Simone, you gotta.
And the truth is that I only had 4 books outside of that
very light week
because it was just a super light week. So I was just like, if there was ever a week for me to be able to justify that extra expenditure on a variant, this was the week.
Vision and Scarlet Witch got lucky.
Honestly, it did, because if it had been last week when I already had 10 or 12 books or whatever it was.
Last week was nuts. Oh my God.
Then it was just I can't justify an extra $25 on a single book. I'm sorry. Unless it's a foil spot variant of a
by Ramos or Art. Right.
Then it's okay, all right, I'll do it. But this week it was a lot easier.
I wouldn't have paid, this was 40, just flat. It's a lot, but it's Peach. I had to do it.
But it's Peach.
Exactly.
It's Peach, and you said that was the #1 too, right?
For Amazing, yeah. So
even though we hate the book, that copy is gonna hold its value.
And I like how I just realized we had the same conversation for the DeMeo cover and this Peach one, where it's like, we did a lot, yeah, but it's DeMeo, it's Peach, shit, yeah, okay, shit. Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah, it was an exact pairing of that conversation.
But to Andrew's point, yeah, no. We don't focus on Scarlet Witch. We go straight to Pietro because I just love this. Being a Speedster fan, with the discussion Andrew and I just had about how Marvel doesn't know what they're doing, we get Pietro actually like fighting, not just like rushing in and like smacking people. But they're fighting. Captain America goes, okay, we have to. Oh, I love this page, by the way.
Pietro rocks the crap out of Steve here.
Cap knocks out Wanda here just with his shield and like gently places her. Pietro just unleashes on his face here. So you'll notice here that there are like flames building. And what's happening, and this is what I love, is that so Cap says, Hawkeye, blow open the oil pipeline. We got to shoot a bunch of gasoline over here. And he realizes that Pietro's powers protect him like from the physical like heat of his movement, and that's what you're seeing is that he is moving so fast that he is lighting, like he's getting friction burn, and that he's just.
Pietro's always had that wind wall.
Yes,
right?
He has. Here's the problem. I don't know, like, I didn't say the wind wall because I don't genuinely remember when the last time Marvel even talked about it, so I didn't know if anybody would know what I meant.
That's because they barely use Pietro.
I know, that's what I mean. It's like, so, but yes, he did
you and I are probably 2 out of the 4 people that remember that he even has that.
And then, the other 4 are probably like, or the other 2 are probably like Dennis Camp and then Jack Kirby, who like drew it. Like, but yes, he does have a reason. We don't know, and he actually does have it here, as Cap explains. He says, you can protect yourself from the friction. Like, that's your body, your power. You can run and the heat will not affect you. You can hit me and the heat will transfer, but you won't get hurt. But the reason he had Hawkeye use the gas is because gas gets on Pietro. Pietro lights up, and the smoke, he can't, like, his lungs aren't special, or like they're not or like smoke protected. So just the smoke burning off of like his costume is,
he inhaled that, and then
it starts like
done.
Like suffocating him, and then that was
smart. That was smart writing.
It's such Captain America too. Like that was so. I was like that shot right there of him just like standing like Captain America, like battle damaged, but he won. Like,
well, Cap he's not the most powerful superhero. He's also not the most he's no Tony Stark, but he is still a strategist. He is still very strong. And so when you pair those two with military tactics, then you get an understanding of what he's able to actually accomplish that might otherwise seem outside of, for lack of a better term, his pay grade.
Well, I mean, right? Like your comparison with Tony is great, because like Tony is a great strategist, and so is Cap, but Tony would be objectively, if we're doing the above air plan, like the battle plan, let's go to Tony. Cap's on the ground. Like, that's what we see here, right? Like, he saw, like, I'm getting beat, pipeline, blow it. I don't like, Tony might not have thought about that right away. He might have, he'll know they're there, but because he's so locked into that battle plan and the tactics, he might not know how to play it loosey-goosey. So, yeah, it's a good Cap moment. This issue
that was a really good Cap moment.
But then, as we go on, Emma kills most of the Roxxon crew because they were going to betray Sunspot, Robert DaCosta, who is the Makers Council. Like, he's in charge of North America, so he's like their king. She kills everybody except for Grant Morrison's waifu, because she's the only one who had no backstab plan. She's literally just there because it's like, this is neat. Like, like what's going on? Like, hey, let's hang out.
What's going on, guys? Yeah, that's basically it.
But then, yes, we end with Wanda and Pietro now being disabled, probably being taken into custody by Hawkeye and Cap, which Cap's kooky quartet, we finally got it here in the Ultimate Universe. And I liked that because I don't know if this was intentional, but we got the kooky quartet with 4 months remaining. And I was like, Camp, I could believe that you did that on purpose. I could believe you specifically did this on purpose.
It wouldn't actually be a hard sell to convince me of that.
No, not at all. But yeah, guys, this issue, amazing display of speedsterism, a great treatment of Pietro. We finally have Ultimate Emma Frost, and we have in Emma Frost, who is Emma, like who's doing things. I don't
Emma
know.
is fantastic outside of every single book that she was
Every
pitched as
single
being a
book.
big deal in. Like we won't cover Emma Frost's White Queen.
I was going to
number
ask
2
you,
here,
yeah,
but
did
like,
you read it?
but
Yeah.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was solid.
It was good.
It was just
good.
It was just a solid book. Like there's nothing mind blowing about it, but I was just like reading through it and I was like, yeah, this is a solid book. This is good.
This is solid Emma. Yeah, no, it's exactly where
I'm
I was.
getting stuff out of it that I was hoping for, especially like I won't get into it here, but like in the last couple of pages, there was a page where I was like, I was not expecting that page.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about.
This is 2025 Marvel.
You're going, whoa,
okay.
Hello. Yeah, I was actually like, I got to that page and I scanned all of it because I was like, there's no way, like, oh, this is just the page. Yeah. All right, I'm in for this one. Like, cool.
Yeah,
I like
there
this
for
book.
Yeah, that book is just so far it's 2 for 2, solid.
2 for 2. Yeah.
And then like this introduction to Emma in the Ultimate Universe, this new
this Ultimate
6160,
Emma.
Just really
looks
solid.
Great. Honestly,
Yeah,
I laughed a lot too, Andrew, because this is like the exact same look and pose and everything when she showed up in that Infinity comic a couple weeks ago. And we were like, yes, it's Emma. Fuck, why is she in an Infinity comic? But it's like, oh,
right, it's like
we know that
an actual
right,
comic,
exactly. Please. Like we know that she has that draw. She has the fans. We want to see her. But yes, guys, Ultimates finally we're ramping up. 4 months to go, and then after that we've got the Maker War, I guess, is starting. It's about to get all jumbly. So we'll.
I was about to say, with only what we got we got August, September, October, November, December left. I mean, like, so let's be generous and say we've got 2 issues until they really go hard until like that Maker War stuff, right? So let's give them 3 issues for that and be super generous. Things are about to get really gnarly.
Yeah, things are about to ramp the hell up, guys, especially not just for the Ultimates, but for the for the entire Ultimate Universe, which is where we'll go right now. This will be a pretty quick hit, at least in terms of letting you guys know what happens in this issue, because yes, the Ultimates are popping off, but also Ultimate Spider-Man. This book is ramping. We are getting crazy. Surprisingly, I would actually say
not a lot happens in this issue, but like the one main thing that we get insight on is like really cool.
So if you guys remember, we checked in with the Ultimate Spider-Man crew. Richard had snuck back to New York to help Felicia because she said, "Oh, I need your help, my superhero boyfriend." He got ambushed by the Kingpin and all of his goons saying, "Tell us who Spider-Man is or we're going to make your life, we're going to hurt you."
I also just want to point out that like Ultimate Richard Parker just looks exactly like Absolute Wally.
Oh, Wally. Yeah, like 100%. Like
it's literally identical. It's so it's the exact same hair coloration. It's the same eyes. It's the same. You got the freckles.
I can't go. It's the eyelashes too, dude. It's the fucking eyelashes. That's what got me. That's what got me.
I didn't even think about that.
I know. That's what got me. I saw that panel and I went, "Oh my god!"
And so I want to be clear. I don't actually have a problem with it. I just
I know you don't.
Funny.
No, I know. Yeah, we're not. we're not complaining per se or criticizing. We're just saying like,
here's the fact of the matter, guys. Like there are only so many actual natural hair colors out there to work with. Eventually, characters are going to look similar,
especially when you go for like redheads, because there's only so many like good short hairstyles for like redheaded hair that I
and I'll say this, I like Richard's design way better than I like Absolute Wally's, because I do hate that like super close buzz shave that he has on the side. I don't like that he has like the pseudo mullet going on.
I think actually Richard, well, okay, the Wally's got the longer mullety thing, but I think Richard still has the side thing. I was gonna say like he has way better things to spend his time on, but I'd be interested to see Chichetto try to draw like Ultimate or Absolute Wally and see what like if that design
I just
works
like
a little
Chichetto better as an artist.
That's what I mean. But that's why
I would like to see Chichetto draw just about anything.
But I also don't want him to waste his time on Absolute Flash as it is right now.
That's fair. Yeah, because the book is just crap. Whereas right now he's working with Peakman.
With Peakman. Other thing I wanted to note here, I didn't recognize this last issue, but all of his goons are bullseyes. Like, I like that. Like, Bullseye isn't just one guy. It's like his Bullseye unit. Like,
how did I not notice that until you just now pointed it out?
Oh man, I gotta go to the zoomed in one. But yeah, it's
I
like
feel kind of genuinely retarded right now. I didn't even think
Bullseye
about that
goons!
until just now. Because, well, we'll get to it in a second, because
Yeah.
it's like in a page or two where we see the big cool reveal that is hinted at in our thumbnail for this evening's episode. But like, he just like wrecks some of them,
Which
like
is
complete, like, oh, they're dead.
Yeah. Like, I don't blame you because they don't get a lot of screen time. I only sat here and noticed it because I don't know why I did. Oh, I think I was looking at the bubble that says then, and then I immediately leapt over to the other side, and I went, wait, 2 bullseyes, and that's what made me go, oh.
Okay. I think I was probably just trying to fly through my stack as quickly as possible.
And honestly, like, if we're looking at the flow, if you just stick on those word bubbles, you're not going to see it. Like, all the word bubbles direct you away from multiple bullseyes. It's all just like one. But I love this moment, as Andrew was saying. So Kingpin, he's got Richard confronted, says, are you going to help me or not? And Richard's like, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. And the suit goes, I can take over if you want me to. Do you? And Richard, like, I love that, like, Richard kind of whimpers. He's like, yes. And then the suit goes, close your eyes.
It's a hesitance is what it is. And it's a hesitance almost as though he's like, he's afraid of what that result might look like.
Exactly.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know, but he probably
doesn't know what it is.
But he probably understands that it's like something will be happening. Like this
I'd
is
be
not
willing to believe that this Richard might even have, well, you know what? Let's just say he probably has an IQ or level of intelligence on par with his father, with Peter, right? He's genuinely brilliant while also having that interesting aspect added of him also being pretty clearly, I think, autistic. And so they're and Hickman does a great job. I want to point this out real quick because Hickman does a great job of not pointing at it while also leveraging it as a fun and interesting and unique narrative device.
Right.
Like, he's not like, hey, look at me, I'm making this character autistic.
Yeah.
No, he's playing it. He's playing with it in terms of how, okay, so what if I was going to write a character and did my research and my due diligence on it, and I was going to be like, you know what? I'm going to make this character have autism on whatever level of the spectrum that is. How does that look? What does that look like in regards to their interactions with the world and other characters around them? Like, how does that change things? And Hickman does a great job.
He is so good with
of leveraging that without being like, hey, look at me, I decided to make an autistic character.
But
no, it's just
he's really into books.
You showed that you're doing something.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're giving signs without pointing to a big neon sign.
I mean, if you guys go watch our episode or issue 4 or 5 around there, whenever the issue where Richard talks to Jonah.
To J. Jonah? Yeah, to Jonah.
If you guys remember that episode, Andrew and I got to that point. We were like, look, is he? It looks like it, but even we can't like confidently say that, and that's a credit to the way Hickman is treating it. And so, yes,
he's putting nuance to the writing.
So much nuance, showing, not telling. It's pretty fantastic. But the suit takes over, and if you guys remember, this isn't a cloth suit or a symbiote. It's Stark nanomachines that Peter specifically programmed to protect Richard and have like always
with kind of his personality,
like a
coded into it.
Yeah. Essentially, it is the symbiote. You know how it took a little bit of Peter's personality? It's like that. So
think if the Venom and symbiote like absorbed a lot more of Peter's personality.
Yeah. Well, think of it like the symbiote that we're seeing in All New Venom, right? The one who left to save Mary Jane, right? Like exactly. Yeah. But with that,
where he goes like, "What would Spider-Man have?"
Yes,
done?
he's like,
right?
I know, like, and she's like, "Tell him what you thought." Remember? And he's like,
"Yeah."
I thought blah 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 blah. Great. I miss them. I miss MJ and Venom already. Come on. I think it's next week.
I want a new issue of All New Venom. Yeah, I think it's next week.
But so yes, Richard activates the protocols, and we finally actually get our ultimate Venom, and it's Chichetto, the man. Oh my god!
Last page is out of control.
This is like. Oh, I don't even know what to say. Like, this is just like the best Venom. Like, this is how I imagine Venom.
I've said this on the show before. I know I've said this on High Council before. I've said this on other streams before. When I think of Venom, I think the monster Venom.
Yes.
I think the big, bulky, I think, and maybe this is, I'm a product of my time. I think Marvel versus Capcom.
Bingo.
I think the big, gigantic, like hulking monster
the
Venom,
animated
like
series Venom.
Yeah, like even though,
but Spider-Man 3.
Oh god, yeah. Like even though like Ultimates 3 back in the original Ultimate Universe,
boy.
you know, who killed the Scarlet Witch? Like, wow, yikes.
Joe Mads!
Bad story, beautiful art.
I know.
And on the art note, like Joe Mad drawing Venom as that big hulking monster. That's what I think of when I think of Venom. And so when I saw this page, I was like, oh my god, it's my Venom.
It's our Venom. You know me, and I love my like body horror monster stuff. So leaning into that, I was super excited. This detail made me just go like, because if you guys haven't noticed yet, Venom doesn't have a tongue, and that is actually how Todd and that's how he was envisioned, was no tongue. Todd actually fucking hates the tongue on Venom. So I saw that and I went, you actually went for like what Venom was supposed to be.
The designer.
Holy crap. Like,
which is wild, because like literally to your point, like literally everybody else does the big super long the animated series from the 90s did it.
Marvel versus Capcom does it to our point.
Even Marvel, yeah, exactly. But like Venom as designed by Todd
only has like the teeth.
That was it was just the teeth.
So,
and I'll be the first to admit, like I like with the
I do like the tongue.
The super long tongue is like, it's creepy. It adds an extra layer to it, right? But I love this.
Yes,
I love this so much, and I love the fact that it is paying homage to what Todd kind of original envisionment was for it.
And then I love from here, instead of just becoming a big brawler, it leans into what you're talking about with like, he's a monster, because this Venom just lets its tentacles out and it starts like gouging everybody, ripping them in half.
It's more of a symbiote than a Hulk.
Yes,
which is
symbiote.
An interesting and a good distinction here, because like sometimes you get Venom and he'll show up and he just starts like wailing on people with his fists. And it's like,
he's strong.
Okay, cool, because he's big, like he's stronger for sure. You can do that. But it's not as unique or interesting. Like you can see the Hulk do that. You can see the Thing do that. Peter,
I was just about to say,
he can do that.
Well, he did it. He did it to Hellgate in this most recent issue. We don't need to talk about it, but he did it. Like,
thank God.
I know.
But yes, Amazing Spider-Man guys is such shit.
So fucking bad.
But this leans into the symbiote, and I put that in air quotes because we don't really know if this is like, is this partial symbiote mixed with Stark Tech nanotechnology, or is this like,
because remember, this
just Stark nanotechnology?
Like Tony just handed him the ball and said,
we don't know anything beyond that. It's all speculation. We just know that it looks really freaking cool when he does it.
And I like
this. Oh man, this panel 4.
I know of Venom,
that panel 4 of
roaring
him just,
at Felicia.
His maw, his gaping maw is just like hanging over her like that. That is a Venom panel if I have ever seen one.
So like, this is what what I'm about to highlight. Like, this really stood out to me about the Venom symbioteness of it, is like, look at what happens to the fucking Black Cat. Like, he just starts like suffocating him. Like the engineer in Superman. And I went, that is fucking terrifying. Like, you are mummifying a man alive. Like, that is horrifying. Like, oh my god. But yeah, guys, like, Ultimate Venom is here and he looks awesome. But so that is sort of the big moment of this issue. We find out that Richard got away because he activated the symbiote costume. We see the Kingpin's inner circle is starting to break down or starting to infight a lot because of everything that's happening. However, the Kingpin decides like, all right, never mind. We're like, I'm putting my fist down. We're going to come together. We need to solve this. And we see Gwen and Harry are ready to go. Remember, it's the Spider Goblin Mysterio war versus the Kingpin. And then we get, so what happens here is, if you guys remember the Mole Man who helped Peter escape from the Savage Land when Craven took them, he shows back up to Peter's house looking for him and basically is like, I'm here to help you. Like, I don't want to be in this anymore. Like, I need, like, you can help me and I can help you. What do you think about that? And Peter basically goes like, no. Like, what do you, absolutely not. And Mole Man goes like, okay, but my offer stands. And then he leaves. But something neat that I don't know if they'll explore it or how you even really can, but Peter asks like, how on earth so if you guys saw, Mole Man like digs through the wall and that's how he comes into Peter's apartment. And Peter asks him like, we're on a second story, like we're not even on the bottom floor. How did you do that? And the Mole Man just says, that's how my powers work. And I thought that was something super, if they can play with it, like I dig into one wall and it's sort of like I can come out wherever. I think there's something cool we can do with that. I don't know, but yeah, I just wanted to highlight that. And then I also, I don't know if you caught this, but this little interaction here, but like between Mole Man and his like Moloid, like the Moloid comes in and he just starts like, I want a soda, and then Mole Man like opens the soda for him, and then they're like hanging out. Oh, I guess it does, but yeah, he got the little guy a soda, and I was like, oh, little soda guy. But then yes, so off of that, we do get Richard gets busted by his parents, which understandable, right? He snuck away, he was superheroing, yada yada.
Yeah.
We learned that the Parkers are now staying with what's her name? Gail, MJ's sister, in a very tiny apartment, which is not conductive to, you know, secret identities and all of this drama. And so
and her
mom, which is like, she didn't do anything inherently bad in this right here. Like, this is a very normal interaction, but I'm sure you were like me. I'm just like, what are you doing right now? Like, you're up to something, and
shut up. You're a bitch.
I just do not exactly. Like, I do not trust you. But then
I don't trust you at all.
Zero. That was Martin Lee, the Negative Man. That was like the second we've ever seen of him. Not a lot to talk about because he's pretty much exactly the same character as he is in Earth 616. But the issue eventually draws down to it actually follows up on one of our favorite scenes where, if you guys remember, early on in Spider-Man, or like, you know, there are a couple scenes early on in the run where MJ is very supportive of Peter, even though he's kind of being mysterious. She just knows something is up. When he finally becomes a superhero, she, you know, encourages him and says, I will support you. Just tell us, you know, when we need to run.
Yeah, here, tell me when it's okay for me to freak
out. That's what it was. And then we get here, and over these past couple pages, MJ just opens up and she's like, look, this is like, I can't do this anymore. Like, this is
I feel like I've been handling this pretty well.
That's what she opens up with. And I'm like, yeah. And, you know, to Peter's credit, he's like, you have, like, what do you need? But this is the ending tag stinger is MJ going like, tell me everything. Like, no more secret. Like, now he has to tell her about the Maker. He has to tell her about Tony. He has to tell her about the Kingpin and
this goes
Gwen.
way deeper than just like, hey, I got a suit and I feel like this is my calling in life.
Like this is a big open up moment here. And as Andrew pointed out, with the Maker's War, just a couple issues away for Spider-Man, because this is, or for everything, because 19, 25 issues until this thing is done. So we're like,
24 issues. That's it.
There's no way that this is just ends up with like, okay, I know everything now, and now we're on a team. Like, or like we're a stronger couple. Like, this is going to go bad for them. Something's about to happen, and I'm here for it. It's Ultimate Spider-Man. What more can we say? You have Chichetto, you have MJ, you have Andrew on the page. You have
like I'm still waiting for my royalty check for my likeness.
And you have just
Marvel
Venom. Just like, this has especially got to feel good. You and I aren't necessarily in this camp, but like, for those of you out there who've hated, like absolutely hated the Donny Cates stuff, you know, the Clintar, the dragons, this has got to be so good for you guys.
Which,
like,
I love.
But
not everybody does. A lot of people don't.
We all know that the only thing I don't like is giving them the name Clintar. That just felt weird. Like, just make them mysterious. But I'm with you otherwise. I like that all too. But I do know a lot of people don't. So this is just like, I'm glad you guys join us here in Ultimate Spider-Man, where all of our favorites are actually getting like very, very good treatment. We're happy to have you for 5 more issues.
Yeah.
But With that, guys, I think that's where we're gonna call it tonight. We did a little long, but also not a little long. We made it work. It's fine. We had a lot to catch up on. We had a lot of fun things to talk about. We're back here in foil variant mode. Although, are we missing next week, or are you missing next week?
No, not missing next week. I'm gone this weekend for Bell
Oh,
County
that's right,
Comic-Con.
right. It starts this. I'm just really bad with time. So
no, you're good. Like,
as I was hinting,
I'm leaving tomorrow morning. And then I will see whoever's hanging out with us in Belton at Bell County Comic-Con here in Texas for Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you guys there. Hopefully I'll see a bunch of you guys there. Appreciate seeing you. But yeah, I see no reason why I wouldn't be back ready here next week.
I thought next week was when the show, like the con started, so that's why I was like, "Oh, will you be here Thursday?" Like,
no, that's literally this week, and it's only a 2-day show.
Oh, okay.
So like we've got some some of the Absolute Batman Volume 1 trade drops next week, but we get an Absolute Superman number 10.
Yeah.
We get all new Venom number 9.
Finally,
I sent you the link. I didn't realize there was a Marvel Rivals Hellfire Gala issue coming out, and there's an Emma cover.
Well then, I did not see this either. Wow.
There's both a standard and a virgin version of it, and I need them badly. There's a Ultimate Wolverine.
Wow. Yeah, we gotta like murder people for this one. Like this is not. We're not fooling around. This is an Aka cover.
I'm not playing.
I'm not playing. Where's the window we were on? Here we go. Yeah,
I'm not playing around with this, guys.
Wow, we need this.
I need it.
Yeah, we need to get you that one ASAP. That is incredible.
I will cut a hoe for that from ear to ear.
Look at that crystal stuff. So cool. But yeah,
it looks so beautiful painted cover. There's some of the J. Scott Campbell variants are coming out starting next week.
Starts next week. Buckle up, everybody.
So there's an Amazing Spider-Man number 9 and an Uncanny X-Men number 19 from Campbell next week.
We'll probably have to talk about Spider-Man at some point, especially with that number 9's where this is supposed to end, and then we get into the return of Ben Reilly. We'll talk about it.
Is it number 10 where we're jumping into that new split thing, right? Yeah, where it has to be at this point.
There's nobody else that it could be except for Ben. Yeah.
Unless they make up some bullshit that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
It's Evil Miles. I don't fucking know.
Wouldn't be the first time that they've done that.
We know Marvel, especially here. It's we have a character we can use. No, just make a new Spider person. Like that's what they do.
Yeah,
they'd much rather use a new Spider person.
Or just use Miles again.
Or just use fucking.
That's it.
Everybody's enjoying an Ultimate Incursion, right? Everybody loves that series.
That book sucks
so bad. Like
it's awful.
Every fundamental level, that book is terrible.
Yeah. We've got some cool stuff coming next week. We will be back next week, barring I don't know, Act of God. I guess.
Act of God, yeah.
Like, there's no reason for us to not be back next week.
Yeah, we're planning on it, so you guys should plan on it too. Hang out with us. We'll probably have more actual narrative things to talk about next week.
Yeah, there was a lot of catch up this week on Comic-Con and things like that.
Yeah, and then we didn't get to it tonight, but maybe if it's still hot next week, we're going to start doing maybe a little thing where we start talking about some of the dumbest comic book hot takes we see throughout the week, because there's some funny ones we had this week, but we got taken away. But yeah, guys, so go check out the Rippaverse stuff. Go pre-order your, what is it, Norfolka right now. Go pre-order
we got the Omnibus, the years 1 through 3 Omnibus.
Which is just an omnibus? There's no name for it?
It's the Rippaverse year 1 through 3
Okay,
omnibus.
that's what I forgot. Was the year 1
over 1,300 pages, hardcover. There's both a standard and a foil hardcover, a foil variant. And check those out. Great jumping on point, great collector's item as well, which is what we kind of expected people to treat it as. And then we have the McFarlane action figure toy line.
This is so cool.
That just launched today, which is really freaking rad. As somebody who enjoys McFarlane's toys, at least like a section of them that I dedicatedly
enough to buy
collect.
them.
Yeah. Like I'm really jazzed to be able to say like, hey, the comic book company that I work for has a toy line deal with McFarlane Toys. That's pretty rad. For me to be able to say, and I'm pretty proud of it.
I keep wanting to say things like, you've made it, like you're in the big leagues now. But like, I feel like that's mean, because like you already are, but we all know what I mean. Like, holy shit. Yeah. I know we all do, but it's like, somebody will clip that. Somebody will clip that, and I'm in trouble now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm sure somebody out there that is into gay frogs would probably like do a 5-hour stream about it.
Frogs, Pokemon, you know, either way, whatever floats your sexual boat.
if I'll tell you what, you can congratulate me specifically if at any point I create a character that is not a pigeon or a hamster in the Rippaverse and McFarlane does an action figure on it or a statue on it, then you can congratulate me specifically.
All right, I will hold that in. And now that
for now, it's the pigeons and the hamsters.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, guys, check out the Omnibus, check out Norfolka, check out the McFarlane toy. Go check out, they did a new episode of Control Z over on the Rippaverse YouTube just yesterday. Link is down there in the description. Remember, you can follow me and Andrew on social media, on Twitter. Andrew has updated his social media in the last month. In case you don't know it yet, all linked down there. Dokuman Andrew. Once you know it, you get it. It does flow easier, but I'm still going to complain for that one night I didn't realize it.
People will be able to pronounce it a lot easier than the Old Norse.
Yeah, seriously. It was cool. I just don't know. It was cool. I don't know where.
But just people couldn't pronounce it.
Are whatever. I don't even know where we're going with this one. But yeah, guys.
I get it.
With that, on my end, check out boundingintocomics.com for new news every day. Hang out with me tomorrow for Good Mab Ugly. We will be back. We're going to be doing some fun stuff. It'll be a fun show. It'll be a different show. So check out. I think you'll like it there. I think that's all we've got. Yeah, with that, I think I'm out of here, unless you've got anything, Andrew.
I got nothing, guys. God bless and Godspeed. I'll see those of you who are showing up at Dove County to over there.
Buy a ticket at the door. You absolutely can. Go
you can do that.
Do it. No better way to spend your weekend than this weekend. So see you guys out there in Bell. See you guys back here next week for Foil Variant. And see you out to the intro. Outro.
Never before have we had greater face a complex, rapidly changing world. Think of it a moment.
It is a world in which supersonic speeds are commonplace. It is a world that has seen the coming of the atomic bomb. It has seen the rise of the total state, the dictator, and the mass man. It is a world of new sensations, new excitements, new distractions.
So much to be learned by so many in so little time.
And I suppose you're here with no agenda, as per usual?
On the contrary, I'm here for comics.
How's your comic book collection, Brody?
Oh, it's going good, but I've been...